Here on a Friday night. Welcome inside beautiful, historic Labatt Memorial Park here on Majors TV. The Welland Jackfish are in town against the London Majors. He's Neil Srivastava. My name is Mark Pare. Pinch hitting for the usual crew that does what they do here on these mics here at Labatt Park. And Neil, of course, London 8-18 on this regular season. Welland at the top of the heap, 24-6, and they have won 10 straight games. The simple question is, how do the London Majors take down the behemoths from Welland?
They just got to play the best game they can tonight, cut down on the physical and mental errors as far as what they've been forcing to fall and finding themselves in them, and a lot of late as well, too. They just got to hit the baseball, too. Flat out, they got to hit the baseball.
And that's going to be easier said than done. We got quite the pitching matchup here tonight. Alberto Guerrero will start for the Welland Jackfish. On the other side, it is Owen Boone for the London Majors. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we got some baseball here at Labatt Park. Stay with us. This is Majors TV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Get started at Planet Fitness today through the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
Has been played. We got some baseball here on tap. The Welland Jackfish and the London Majors here from Labatt Memorial Park. Welcome back inside the Game Day London press box. Mark Pare alongside Neil Srivastava. And we are now going to take a look at the lineup for the Welland Jackfish.
Leading off will be Mateo Porcelato. He's doing the DH job tonight. Gio Morello is batting second in center field. Carlos Martinez, the catcher, is batting third. James Smybert, who's up at the top of the top tens with pretty much in all the categories, is batting fourth, the shortstop tonight. Steve Morello is batting fifth at third base. Hogan Brown is in left field at batting sixth. Caleb Fielderstake is in right field batting seventh. McCoy Pierce is batting eighth, and of course Tyler Dupuis is batting ninth for the Jackfish at second base.
And of course, as mentioned, Owen Boone will get the start on the hill for the London Majors, one of the best pitchers in the IBL this season, and that seems like an understatement, making his ninth start of the year. 2-3 on the season, a 3.58 ERA. He's pitched in 52 and 2/3 innings and 74 strikeouts to 10 walks. Looking at the defense in behind Owen Boone, it is going to be Starling Joseph, Jordan Schulafand, and Byron Reichstein from left to right. In the infield, you go Dan Battelle, Tommy Reyes-Cruz at short, Brett Graham over at second base, and Kane McGee at first. And the battery mate for Owen Boone tonight is, of course, Eduardo De Olio.
Boone looking to get back out here on and give the Majors a chance to stay in this ball game as long as possible. Of course, Boone has definitely gone into later situations throughout the season as well. He's left some ball games, unfortunately, with the lead and come out on the wrong end of those as the Majors have lost a couple games most notably, I think the Hamilton Cardinals that one Sunday afternoon. He left the ball game with a 4-2 lead, wound up losing that one 5-4.
His last appearance was against the same Jackfish in Welland back on July 22nd. This past Saturday, in fact, 7 innings pitched. He took the loss in that 12-6 loss against the Jackfish. Gave up 13 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Your umpires for tonight's game in behind home plate is going to be Justin Snively. Over at first base, Chris Long. And at third is Nick Leffler. As Boone gets set to take to the hill, and we're about to get set for baseball just before 8 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here on Majors TV. And we had a bit of a delay because of some weather that came into the area. It was booming around here, Neil.
It was booming. We had lightning in pretty much all 3 outfield locations as well, but nothing close to the field. But then the rain came down. We had some puddles, and City of London grounds crew definitely did a great job of getting us back in game time condition here.
Yeah, credit to the grounds crew for really doing their work. That is for sure. And at 7:58, the first pitch goes in for ball 1.
Mateo Persolato batting .358 on the season. It's definitely been among the highest in the leadoff hitters. That's fun.
And he turns on the second pitch he sees. Still in the infield, though. Reyes Cruz coming over. He makes the catch. And just like that, 1 away.
F6 goes to put it if you're scoring at home, and Gio Morello will be the batter. Morello batting .267 on the year.
And Morello, of course, former member of the Brantford Red Sox. IBL hit number 150 against London on Saturday.
A lot of guys, like I mentioned on many broadcasts, definitely hitting a lot of milestones this year. I guess they've all been in the league a certain amount of years together and everything else. They're all getting around those 100, 150 plateaus. Of course, Andy Leader of the Kitchener Panthers hit 200 recently as well.
That one upstairs for ball 1. Yeah, it's been, a tale of a lot of the IBL veterans this season, Neil, just getting their due here in 2023. Boone with the 1-0. And that'll go across Broadway for strike 1.
Boone likes to get ahead, that's for sure. And he's got that Dave Stewart look mentality out there, too. He puts the glove above his face there, and all you can see is his eyeballs. He's staring back into the catcher's glove.
Yeah, there's no read in that from Owen Boone. Again, one of the best in the IBL. And he's been around these parts for a long time, dating back to 2014 with these London Majors. Swing and a miss for strike 2 on Morello. Was former Western Mustang, played in Trois-Rivières for a couple of seasons. As the fans get loud here at Labatt Park. The 2-2, and he struck him out. Caught it just to the outside, and Morello arguing with Justin Snively at the plate. But he's not going to get the better of that. 2 away here in the top of the first.
He's still having words when he's walking back to the dugout as well. Definitely did not like that one. It's Carlos Martinez will be the batter now. Martinez batting .346 on the year. A recent signee with the Jackfish.
Yeah, 4 for 9 overall against London. He's already played in 2 games against the Majors. The delivery right across Broadway for strike 1. Of course, Alberto Guerrero, or rather Carlos Martinez. That one's going to go outside for ball 1. The delivery. That one's going to be hit into left center, and that's going to drop. To the fence it goes. Martinez circling around first, and he's going to get to second base standing up here.
Boone got a pitch up there, and Martinez crushed it into the left center field. And the Jackfish have got a 2-out base runner.
Just what the doctor ordered. Here for the Welland Jackfish, a 2-out double for Carlos Martinez.
That'll be James Smarbert up to the plate, the shortstop, batting .400 on the season.
Yeah, second in the IBL in average. First in the IBL with 50 hits. His on base, 465. That's fourth in the IBL. I mean, if you have a leaderboard in most categories in the IBL, you're going to find Mr. Smybird on it. And he's going to send that one deep to right field, but that's going to go foul. And the count now 0-1.
Some young souvenir hunter down underneath the tree got himself a new baseball.
He's got those wide areas just past the grandstands on both sides. The 0-1 just inside. Smybird holds off. Playing shortstop tonight.
Of course, it's 3:30 down both lines and 4:02 in center field in this ballpark, and you definitely have to hit a shot to get it out of here most nights.
Boone tries to go down low, but Smybird doesn't bite there. It's the sign from DeOlio. Here comes a 2-1. And that one's going to be hit into left field, and that's going to drop. All the way to the fence it goes. Joseph chasing it down. One run will come in to score. That's Martinez, and the Jackfish take an early 1-0 lead.
Smybird got another one up in the zone there and put it over the head of the shortstop. That carried all the way to the fence and left. And Steven Morello, who's been swinging the hot stick of late, will be the batter.
Yeah, Moretto, think about on base. Mentioned Smybird at 465. Moretto's at 453, just behind him.
Of course, when the Jackfish were last Friday night, he hit a grand slam.
That he did, sir. And that's going to be upstairs for ball one. I'm surprised there's not as many grand slams this season. I feel like there's been a lot more in 2022 compared to this year.
I've seen two hit in this ballpark actually in the last week. So,
well, I haven't seen a grand slam myself yet. Diving to try and make the play was Dan Battelle. Can't do it. It goes into shallow left. Smybird gets home. Moretto gets over to second. And already, just like that, it's 2-0 Jackfish.
It's a great job by Moretto.
Now, of course, you are the official scorekeeper for tonight, Neil. What do you score on that one?
That's going to be a base hit. That was a tough man's play anyways. If it would have got to it, he would have had a hard time throwing it across the dime to get the out anyways.
So a single and advancing.
Just on the unfortunate where it went.
So after Boone gets the first two batters, one on a pop-up right into the shortstop, struck out Morello. 3 straight hits for the Jackfish. Field manager Roop Chanderdat comes out to check on his pitcher. And now he's got to face off against Hogan Brown. Not Logan Brown. That's the Ottawa Senators player.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, I don't think Logan Brown changed sports all of a sudden.
I don't think so, but he did swing at that one and missed for strike one. Now, Brown from Virginia Beach, Virginia, hit 287 last year.
He was definitely swinging the hot stick early. Tailed off a little bit, but it looks like he's getting warmed up again, too, here. So
waits patiently on that one, and that's going to go across for strike two. We'll see how Boone can settle in here. Again, as mentioned, got the first two batters, but 3 straight hits, including 2 of them allowing runners to score. Swing and a miss, he got him. Hogan Brown goes down on strikes.
Jackfish get 2 runs on 3 hits. There was no errors. 1 man was left on base. So how's your first visit to Labatt Park been so far, Mr. Perry?
It's been well. It's been eventful. Let's just put it that way. Of course, you had all the rain come in, and it was only temporary, too. It didn't rain a lick on my drive here.
No, it didn't rain either for us either. It was just like, okay, looking up the sky going, okay. maybe the rain was going to miss us altogether, but then unfortunately about 6 o'clock it came down in buckets.
Well, when I was looking at the forecast on Environment Canada earlier on today, I did the hourly breakdown.
Yep.
It said that there was a 40% chance of showers. It was going to be a low chance of rain with maybe a mix of a thunderstorm all the way until midnight when the low goes to high. Definitely going to be some rain in the forecast through the overnight hours. And then I show up here, the clouds start coming in, and I'm like, okay.
Yep. There were some people in the ballpark expecting us to be going home.
There were. But we are here, and we got some baseball for you. Alberto Guerrero on the hill for the Welland Jackfish, and he will take on the London Majors lineup. That looks like what, Neil?
It looks like Byron Leichtenstein is going to lead off, and he's right in right field, of course, and then followed by him is Jordan Schoenfeld, who was acquired from the Hamilton Cardinals when he was released. He's in center field. Starling Joseph, who's been on a tear of late, is in batting third and in left field. Tommy Cruz is batting fourth at shortstop. Eduardo De Leo, I always say it wrong.
De Olio
will be batting fifth. He's doing the catching. Cleveland Brownlee, who's been struggling a little bit at the plate, but he has his young son out here tonight actually doing some batting practice with the little guy.
Yeah, looked like he hit it right to the 402 sign.
He did. He got a good crunch on it.
He's got some pop.
He does. Cleveland Jr. definitely going to have some fun. Of course, Cleveland Sr. is batting sixth. That sounds so weird. Cleveland's going to realize me about that. Kay McGee is batting seventh at first base. Brett Graham is batting eighth at second base. And Daniel Patel is batting ninth at third base.
Looking at the outfield for the Welland Jackfish, Hogan Brown in left, Gio Morello at center, and, of course, Caleb Feverstake over in right field. The infield looks like this. Mateo Stephen Moretto, I should say, is over at third. James Smybird is at short. Tyler Dupuis at second base. And McCoy Pierce is over at first, and Carlos Martinez is in behind home plate. And that one's going to be knocked over to left field, and coming over to make the catch on Byron Reichstein is the aforementioned Hogan Brown, one away.
I'll bring up Jordan Schulfound. His first start for the Majors. He was released by the Cardinals on Sunday. He signed with the Majors on Monday. Didn't see action, but was here Tuesday night against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I got one appearance from Schulafand earlier on this season. He was pitching for the Hamilton Cardinals against the Kitchener Panthers at Jackfish Park. Went 5 innings in that one, but a utility player, to say the very least, as, of course, as mentioned, he is playing in center field as he takes for strike one here. Guerrero gets the sign. And that's going to go across Broadway for strike two. Alberto Guerrero making his third start of the season since he was acquired not too long ago by the Welland Jackfish.
1-1.
Is 1-1, rather. My apologies. It's going to be bunted, and calling it off is Justin Snively.
Guess it went off his body as he went past the base. Or the plate anyways. Or are they going to say he kicked it fair?
They're going to be conferencing here are all three umpires right down the first baseline, trying to figure this one out. Schulafan tried to drop that one down the third base line, and they're just going to wave it off and make it a 1-2 count here. As mentioned, Guerrero, his third career start since being acquired, a .69 ERA. Hasn't been too bad since he put on the Jackfish uniform. The 1-2, swing and a miss, he got him. Schulafan goes down on strikes, 2 away.
Of course, last Friday night, again, his last start was against the Cardinals. Cardinals got to an early 2-0 lead off Guerrero, but they were only able to hold on to that one. Of course, they lost that game in the later stages. It was 4-2 going into the 6th inning.
The Pecora Panama native 2-0 on this young season of his. As you mentioned, that last start against Hamilton, Jackfish getting a 4-2 victory, going 7 innings, struck out 9. He struck out 7 against Guelph in his debut back on July 13th. Making his presence known.
And Starling Joseph takes the bat here. He's batting .302 on the season.
That one's right down Broadway for strike one. And Starling Joseph, an 11-game hitting streak, batting .378 in the month of July. And that one's going to go under the knees for ball one. And Joseph, in the month of July, that's 10 games that he's played. A home run, 4 walks, 9 RBI. And he's going to foul that one off. 1-2. Of course, Guerrero, a member of the Miami Marlins organization. 9 seasons in the minors, made it up to AAA Jacksonville in 2021. Also played at the World Baseball Classic earlier this year with Panama. Swing and a miss, he got him. And that's going to do it for the inning. A 1-2-3 inning. It's 2-0 Welland as we go to break. Stay with us. You are watching Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, your voice is fantastic. Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Majors TV. It's 2-0 Welland as we enter the second inning here at Labatt Memorial Park. Mark Pare alongside Neil Srivastava with you here on a Friday night as the sun starts to peek out from the clouds here. As we take a look at the IBL standings, Neil. Of course, Welland at the top of the heap, 24-6 now. They're on a 10-game winning streak. Unbelievable.
Jackfish just doing crazy things. Two 10-game winning streaks in the season. And, of course, then you have the Barrie Baycats right behind them at 18-9. Kitchener in third at 18-11. Cardinals are now 15-14, I do believe. I guess the standings has not been updated.
Yeah, so Barrie is actually at 18-10. Kitchener 19-11 by virtue of their victory over Brantford last night. But that's going to be interesting, especially at the middle portion of the standings. Hamilton at 15-14 as Caleb Feuerstake holds off. Hamilton at 15-14. Toronto at 14-14 in 5th place.
Of course, they got rained out against Kitchener on Wednesday night, so.
Yes, they did. When does Kitchener not get rained out?
I don't know. I have to start calling them the Umbrella City or something.
Apparently. So the count's now at 0-2 here on Feuerstake. That one's outside for ball one. Again, London at 8-18 on the year. And that's going to be down low for ball two. London, of course, they've played fewer games than anybody in the IBL this season. They're only 2 games back of the Guelph Royals for 6th place.
And pretty much I think the standings have changed as far as for priorities, too, now. You're no longer trying to chase the pennant. You're just trying to avoid playing the Guelph Royals in that first round.
Absolutely, as Feuerstake strikes out for the opening out of the inning.
McCoy Pierce will be the batter now. Pierce batting .312 on the year.
And McCoy Pierce, of course, over at first base tonight.
Former IBL player of the week not so long ago.
That's true, as he takes upstairs for ball one. McCoy Pierce from Kamloops, BC. A number of players on the Jackfish roster from out west. That one's taken for strike one.
Definitely seeing a lot more players from out west in the league in general, too.
You can say that again, partner. Pierce led Okotoks as he's going to hit that one into center field. McCoy Pierce gets on with a base hit.
Single for McCoy Pierce. And the Jackfish have got a runner on with one away.
Of course, if you're just joining us, Welland took a 2-0 lead in the first inning.
Back-to-back doubles.
All runs scored with 2 away.
Taking a page from the Kitchener Panthers.
Apparently, when that red light goes on and there's 2 outs on the board, it just triggers something in certain players. There's that hunger. And maybe a little bit of extra aggression at the plate, too, where they know that this needs to happen. Dupuis gets out of the way of that one for ball 1.
Of course, speaking of hunger, we got to thank the folks at the Cucina Italian Kitchen for the pregame meal tonight. That was so nice to come into the ballpark and,
I had some Alfredo, some bread. Delicious meal. Delicious meal.
Exactly.
The 1-0 is going to be knocked over to short, making the play at second. They get the lead runner, but they're not going to get the other. So just the one on that play as they tried to turn 2.
Dupuis will reach on the fielder's choice. And Mateo Parsolato will be the batter now.
Back to the top of the order we go. Morris Welland just trying to put a hurt on some of these teams. You think about the London Majors, too, and you think about this 6-game losing skid. It's not for a lack of trying on their part with the offense. I mean, the amount of runs that they've put out in those losing efforts, more often than not, should win you games.
Of course, they had a slugfest with the Jackfish. They had a slugfish with the Barrie Bay Cats. And then Hamilton came in and things didn't go right on Tuesday night at all.
Yeah, they tried to close the gap against Kitchener on Sunday at Jackfish Park. It was a 12-8 final for the Panthers. And that's going to be a strike. 1-2 the count. Or just 1-1. I don't think they've updated the board here. Yeah, it's just 1-1.
Just 1-1. You're good. Sue's pretty good at the board.
She is.
She's been doing it for 44 years, so she definitely knows her way around things.
Throw over to first, not in time.
Of course, I've been doing I guess I want to call it my London swing of the IBL standings and, I guess, ballparks of late the last few weeks. Filling in for the official scorer here in London as they're overseas.
Yeah, this will be my 5th ballpark I've called a game in. And that's going to be taken for strike 2.
Welland is now the only one I haven't done a game in this season and probably in the IBL, including St. Thomas. I did one in Stratford over the years as well. So,
you even got
Stratford and
defunct
Ottawa.
Ones, too.
Stratford, Ottawa, and Oshawa as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got around.
Boone looks down the plate. The 1-2 outside, and they're going to throw over to second, and they got him. Good job by Eduardo De Olio with the throw from home plate. Tyler Dupuis slams the helmet to the ground, and the London Majors get out of a jam here. It remains 2-0 Welland. And how about that, Neil Srivastava? What a throw from Eduardo De Olio.
De Olio was definitely on the money with that throw there. Welland ahead of the runner and got the out. Of course, the big news, with the signing deadline and everything else, I guess we're calling him the Grim Reaper now?
Let's call him the Grim Reaper. I mean, if Chris Lazar is going to call him the Grim Reaper, I might as well call him the Grim Reaper too. It's all about continuity and consistency.
Well, exactly. We're still working on the pre-evening thing. So
we are still working on the pre-evening. We've gotten into a couple of ballparks now. If there's a game in the late afternoon, you call it pre-evening.
That works for us. But yeah, so Claudio Custodio will make his start against the Hamilton Cardinals at Hastings Day in the first start of the year for the reigning MVP and the reigning top pitcher of the league as well. So
196 strikeouts against the Hamilton Cardinals. What are the Hamilton Cardinals going to do when Custodio comes for you? Or the Grim Reaper comes for you.
The Grim Reaper comes for you. Well, the Cardinals are a young team, too, and I think they're not going to be as intimidated. Not all those guys have probably seen him, like Tyler Duncan will always seen him. Tyler Duncan had 2 home runs against them.
Yes,
in the playoffs.
Tyler Duncan, how about the season that he has had?
It's been great to watch a guy like that to, just come into his own. You could see he had spurts of it last year, but this year he definitely put the whole package together, defensively and offensively for the Cardinals.
Has really led that Cardinals team to a top 4 placement currently. Of course, Hamilton, they've been in that top 3 for the majority of the season. They have trailed off a bit, but I don't think it's more of a trailing off. I think just more Barrie and Kitchener have picked things up as well.
No question. I think that just Barrie, the Bay Cats, and everything else, they got off to that 2-4 start, and then they turned things around again, and they've just been gelling as a team. And I guess they've definitely been thriving on the average rating that Chris Lazar had put them on in that one podcast.
Average.
Yeah. Ryan Rio going all Joey Votto. I'm going to use that from now on a broadcaster.
Yeah, I listened to that on the way in, their conversation with Ryan Rio. Of course, just got engaged recently.
Yes, he did. As Tommy Reyes Cruz would lead things off here in the home half of the second inning.
Taking the words right out of my mouth, partner. The shortstop turns on the first pitch he sees and hits it into right field. To the warning track, near the warning track it goes. And Tommy Reyes Cruz gets on with a leadoff single.
Maybe that's the key to Guerrero. Jump on his first offering here and hope for the best.
And again, you think back to his 2 starts here so far for Guerrero. Gave up just the 2 hits against Guelph on the 13th. Gave up 7 against Hamilton on the 21st. But it's all about what you can do with those hits. That counts the most. Can you get those runners across the plate and score some runs? We all know the Jackfish can score some runs. Tops in the IBL with 266 to their credit coming into tonight. And that one's going to be hit into left center. Playable, though, and that's going to drop for Gio Morello to catch one away.
Morello covers so much ground out there. That one looked like it had a chance to drop in, but Morello tracked it down, and there's one away now.
That'll bring up Cleveland Brownlee, the designated hitter. He'll be the first to admit not as productive of a season that he would like compared to what he did last year. Many career highs he set in 2022.
Well, exactly. And with a man that broke in the league in 2010 hit a homer in his first game against the Kitchener Panthers way back in 2010. I do believe it was May 9th or May 10th, around there somewhere. We were talking about it last week when I was up here. He's been hitting the ball hard at people, but just unfortunately they've been at people rather than getting through the holes and everything else. So,
and that's the thing with hitters, right? You can strike out. It just means that you're not making contact with the ball. Most hitters, they're happy making contact with the ball. If they're not getting the benefit of the doubt, the defense is playing and doing their jobs, it is what it is. Sooner or later, when you're making contact with the baseball, it's going to drop into an area that's going to be favorable to you, and you're going to start putting up some numbers.
Exactly, and Cleveland Brownlee putting the rest of the league on notice not to sleep on the London Majors come the second half, and, of course, in the postseason. Of course, all roads will still have to go through the Forest City in order to become the IBL champions.
Turns on that one and just drops in front of him. 1-2 the count here.
But outside of Owen Boone, there hasn't been a reliable starter for the Majors so far this season. Hopefully somebody will step up and assume that role.
That's the question, partner. Who's going to be the one to step up? Martinez got the last start for London. And that was going to be sent through. No, they're going to get the runner at second, and over to first. They turn the double play. An inning-ending double play to erase the runner for the London Majors. It's Welland 2, London no score as we head to the top of the third inning. Stay with us. You're watching Majors TV. Thought I heard my name there for a second.
Good. Porcelado lead off. And welcome back to the Game Day London Press Box. Top of the third inning we go here. It is 2-0 for the Welland Jackfish over the London Majors. Is Owen Boone back on the hill.
That's right.
Maybe facing the top of the order.
And top of the order indeed, partner. Mateo Porcelado, who popped one up to short his last time up. Gio Morello after him. Carlos Martinez right after him.
Yep.
Quite the game we have for you here on a Friday night.
The rain stopped, but unfortunately, it's definitely feel that muggy, heavy air again.
Yes, indeed.
It's like it wants to rain again, but not right away. Let's get through at least 7 innings here and make it an official ball game.
Well, let's try. I thought it was 5.
It is 5, but
yeah.
I like 7. At least then you feel like you got your money's worth if you came all the way down from points unknown or parts unknown.
I feel like as an athlete you'd wear number 7 because it's a lucky number.
Yeah, probably would.
An 0-1 count here on Porcelado.
Of course, 3 games in the Intercounty tonight. Kitchener Panthers at Hamilton. And I believe is it the Guelph Royals in Brantford? Or is it Toronto? I can't remember who
no, it is the Barrie Bay Cats, actually,
Cats,
against the Brantford Red Sox.
My apologies.
Down there.
A Friday night fuzzy.
Yeah, waiting for that sun before the first pitch down in Brantford. That one goes up high for ball 1. Of course, Owen Boone.
There you go. There's your out-of-town scoreboard.
Yes, indeed. You can see it there. A 2-2 score, top of the 4th. Kitchener and Hamilton. Barrie and Brantford. Barrie up 1-0.
Spoon's offering just misses to even the count at 2-2.
Mm-hmm. Boone gets the sign, the delivery. And that was going to be hit right at Boone. He gets out of the way. It goes into center field.
Boone had to plank that one to get out of the way.
Yes, he did, partner. Mateo Porcelado gets on base. That is a close call for Owen Boone. The reflexes, though, of Owen Boone to get out of the way.
It almost looked like he did a push-up on the way back up, though. It's like, I'm okay. Nothing got me. I'm just checking to make sure everything is still where it's supposed to be, and I'm okay.
Yep.
Now Gio Merle will bat with leadoff man aboard here.
Struck out his last time up. The lefty batter playing in center field today. Squares up. Looked like he was going to bunt, but he holds off for a 1-0 count.
Jackfish not afraid to play the little small ball whenever they need to as well.
Of course, in that Kitchener-Hamilton game, Hamilton took a 2-0 lead. Klaus Appelvich hitting a home run for the Panthers.
Yeah, Klaus gets a little hit.
That
one misses low.
Yes, indeed. 2-0. Yeah, great to see these unsung guys being productive for these IBL teams.
Of course, with a lot of kids going back to school, a lot of these unsung heroes are definitely going to get a chance to shine in the second half of the season, and that one is bunted down the third base line.
Over to first it goes, and they're going to get the out, but over to third. Are they going to make the play? No, it's overthrown. It goes toward the fence, and coming in to score easily is Mateo Porcelado. Make it 3-0 Welland.
So give them the sacrifice bunt, put the runner at third, and then the error on the throw brings the run home. There's an error on the play.
Yes, indeed. Not what you want to see if you are a fan of the London Majors. And again, Porcelado was teasing that, hey, I'm probably going over to third here. challenging the London defense, and Porcelato got the best of the situation. And Carlos Martinez comes up with nobody away.
He does, and unfortunately, I was just Porcelato read the defense where they went. Everybody committed to the left side of the infield, closer to the pitcher's mound. Nobody covered third base, and unfortunately, the Oilio had to run up the third base line trying to cut that one off, and there was nobody there, and the throw went up the line and allowed the runner to score on the air.
A lot of pressure. That one clips the outside of the plate. An 0-2 count here on Martinez, who doubled and scored back in the first. Boone gets the sign. Well outside for ball one. Waits on it again to Olio with the sign. Boone the delivery. Inside for ball two. Martinez playing in his 7th game of the season. Here's the 2-2. Right across Broadway for strike 3. He got him.
Martinez asking for that location on that pitch there and having words with the plate umpire, Justin Snively.
So 2 away here in the 3rd inning. And this is going to be a big heavyweight tilt here. Owen Boone against James Smybert.
Smybert, the shortstop, doubled his last time up. Scored a run. He also had an RBI.
And takes for strike 1 there.
Great crowd here on hand as well in Labatt Park despite the rain.
Yeah, a lot of them showed up. You had a bus full of Welland fans show up here as that one was popped into foul territory and into the seats for one of those aforementioned fans to make a catch.
Maybe if Ryan Harrison's listening on the broadcast, maybe we should call it the fish tank for the fan bus.
Yeah, maybe so. It looked quite swanky from what I saw.
Yeah, it's almost like, that was a nice idea. Nice touch.
Nobody does buses, do they? The 2-2, we got him! James Smybert goes down on strikes. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Welland getting another one on the board. It's 3-0.
For the Jackfish in the 3rd inning, 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error. Nobody was left on base. That run, of course, is going to be unearned now because there's no way else it would have scored without that error, the throwing error.
Owen Boone up to 48 pitches through 3. And what do you make of Owen Boone here so far in this contest?
He's definitely battling a couple things, maybe the mound, the heat, the pressure here too. It's just like he just doesn't seem to have his good stuff right now. But he's definitely battling. And that's what a good pitcher does. Even when they don't have a good night on the hill, they definitely find ways to get outs, get strikeouts, get batters to chase pitches that they not normally would chase after.
And Boone making his 3rd start of the year against the Jackfish. 2 previous meetings, got through 13 innings, 17 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, a walk. He struck out 13 guys in those 2 appearances. He's only given up the 1 homer, only 3 doubles as well. So again, a lot of small ball played by the Welland Jackfish historically against Owen Boone.
Like they don't have the overly powerful power hitters. They have guys that will get on base with singles, doubles. They're going to definitely hurt you with their speed. They hit just pretty much going to hit for the gaps. They get the balls to land in gaps. They're going to get the extra bases they can, and they're not afraid to steal bases when they have to as well.
Yeah, again, looking at the season series, Welland batting .361 against the majors. They've hit 3 home runs, walked 16 times, 30 strikeouts, 6 errors. The other way, it's very similar for London against Welland. Of course, the average is way down, 258 against the 361 the other way. 4 home runs hit by the majors against the Jackfish. They've walked equally 16 times. They have struck out 32 times. That's only 2 more than Welland batters. And the 2 extra errors charged to the majors.
I think it just boils down to the majors just haven't had the timely hitting they needed so far in the first half of the season. Hopefully things can turn around with the last 11, 12 games of the season and in time for the postseason. As Kane McGee is going to lead things off. He's batting .265 on the season.
Alberto Guerrero, 16 pitches, 12 of them for strikes so far in this game. He has faced the minimum. As the bottom of the order is due up here for the majors. McGee, Brett Graham, and Dan Battelle due up here for the home side.
McGee 13 for 49 on the season. 1 home run, 8 RBIs.
Swung on that one and missed for strike one. McGee batting .143 against the majors this season. 1 for 7 as he is already down 0-2.
Looked like he tried to hold the swing, but Justin Snavely said no, you went around and made the strike call.
Welland 3 runs on 5 hits here so far. The majors just with the 1. That one goes upstairs. McGee got out of the way.
Brownlee looked like an opportunity last inning to get that one at the middle, but unfortunately the defense behind was James Smybert tracking the ball at shortstop. He's a Hoover vacuum out there some days.
He really is. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. McGee goes down on strikes. That is strikeout number 3 on the evening for Alberto Guerrero.
That fastball's definitely got some tails and some run, as they like to call it now. I think McGee was expecting it to come breaking inside, and it broke at the last second on the outside.
Were you playing heads or tails before?
No, I wasn't, but I should have been.
You should have been.
Yeah.
Hey, tails never fails.
Tails never fails. There you go.
Brett Graham due up here for the London Majors, the second baseman.
We're helping out Eric Collins with the PA system while he was down there for a little bit.
That one's going to be fouled away.
That was interesting. The Welland fans that came down here and made the trek, they all picked heads on that first coin flip, and they were all gone after the first attempt.
Yeah, like I said, tails never fails. I screamed it.
Yep.
I didn't really scream it. You know, you got to conserve the voice and all that.
Yeah, well,
in
exactly.
case there's a baseball game to call, you know.
Yep.
Here's the 0-1. Takes for strike 2, does Brett Graham.
Graham 9 for 43 on the season, a 209 average. Just a 2 RBIs so far in limited playing time. He'll definitely qualifying for the postseason here as well.
Down low for ball 1. The Burlington native, 100 hits, 56 RBI in 4 seasons with the Salem Tigers, Division II NCAA, for those scoring at home. Guerrero gets the sign.
That one just misses outside.
So 2-2 count here. Good patience there by Graham.
Martinez tried to pull that one back in, but Justin Snavely wasn't taking the bait there.
And it's all about framing as well with some of these catchers, too. We've seen a lot of framers this year behind the plate turn some balls into strikes. The 2-2 holding off on the swing there as Graham. We had a full count.
Full count. They peeled down the first. He did not go around.
This might be one on the outside here. And he got a hold of that one. Into left field it goes. Brett Graham gets on with a base hit.
Graham with a lot of patience at the plate there. Waited for one on the inside part. Took it the other. Pulled it down in the third base side. And finds himself aboard here with one away.
Second hit of the ball game here for the Majors. Dan Battelle, bottom of the order here for the London Majors, the third baseman. Of course, Battelle batting .254 this season. They look at the proper sheet. That one's going to be fouled away as Brett Graham was off on the pitch. So you might want to keep an eye on the base runner if you're the Jackfish.
After the Majors, you just got to try to get that runner in scoring position here and bring them home any way you can.
That's the big thing, partner. Try to get that runner into scoring position. Try to chip away at this 3-0 Welland lead. 2 runs in the first for Welland. They scored another in the top half of this inning. Guerrero deals, and that's going to be fouled back. Mentioned Patel batting .255 on the year. 7 RBI. Doesn't have a home run to his credit this season, though. The fans get loud here at Labatt Park. I forgot where I was, it seemed. Swing and a miss, and he got him.
What do you mean, the big sign out there on the
Or did he?
scoreboard? Can't tell you?
No, not at all.
Are the
Now, hold on here just a minute. It was an 0-2 count. He swung on that one. And I think they might be conferencing here to see if Patel got a piece of it. Or is that what they're talking about here?
I think they're talking about that, and foul tipped it off and got a piece of it.
Yeah, Patel got just enough of it to stay alive.
Well, usually Patel would have swung and missed at that. He would have been probably sprinting down the first, but actually first base is occupied, so he could not have gone anyways.
Yeah. So we'll try again here with an 0-2 count here at beautiful Labatt Memorial Park here in London. The 0-2, we got a piece of it into left center field, and it drops for a base hit for Dan Patel.
Looks like Guerrero hung that one up in the zone a little too high, and Patel made him pay for it as he flared it to left.
And right back to the top of the order we go with Byron Reichstein. Walked 4 times against Hamilton.
He's just got some incredible plates, eyes at the plate some nights.
And 8 for 21 in July, 3 home runs.
I think I've seen all 3 home runs then too.
I think so. Well, 2 of them were against Kitchener, I believe, actually on Sunday.
So no, I didn't see those ones. Well, I saw the replays.
I saw those ones.
You saw those ones. I saw the one that hit a here, the monster shot. The one game, that's right.
And that's going to go just upstairs, but it clips part of the strike zone for strike 1.
Called strike. Oopsies. Center field camera down. That's
if
never
you're coming
good.
to the ballpark, don't play with the equipment, kids.
Please, kids.
Yeah. Trying to put on a broadcast here for the great fans watching at home, as that one misses inside for ball 1. And Reichstein flew out to left field his last time up. Bottom of the third here, 3-0 Welland. Guerrero with the delivery downstairs. Ball 2.
For as long as Ramble's been in the league, he's definitely a dependable hitter, definitely around the 375, 350 mark, usually throughout the season. Sometimes he flirts with 400.
Quite the offensive presence, that is for sure. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Of course, Reichstein batting .375 this year, 7 home runs, just 3 back of the league leaders in that category. 21 RBI.
It's definitely more and more a batter's league every year. If we look at the ERAs going climbing this year, and the runs scored as well throughout the league too.
Absolutely. Here's the 2-2. Over to second. Over to first, and they turn the double play to end the inning.
4-6-3 double play will end the inning. And
London Majors trail 3-0 as we head to the 4th. This is Majors TV. We'll be back.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years. Now there's hope.
Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
Owen Boone back on the hill as we start the fourth inning at beautiful Labatt Memorial Park. Under the lights here on a Friday night. Mark Pare alongside Neil Srivastava here with you in the beautiful Game Day London press box. It's 3-0 Welland as Owen Boone set to face off against Stephen Moretto. Boone, 48 pitches so far, 30 of them for strikes this evening.
Boone's just not been able to get the same luck as Guerrero has been with the defense. Of course, the Welland Jackfish turning 2 double plays so far to erase 2 innings where the Majors had opportunities to score at this point.
Jackfish 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Majors no runs on 3 hits and 1 error charged against them here so far.
Stephen Moretto will lead things off here in the top of the 4th.
And watches that one go inside, moves out of the way for ball 1.
Moretto singled and drove in a run in the first inning.
Boone gets the sign. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Moretto, as mentioned, batting .301 this year, his first year with the Welland Jackfish. 7 home runs, 18 RBI. The 2-0. And that's going to be foul back. Get your glove on that one.
Yeah. We're definitely a lot further back than we are in Kitchener, that's for sure. But
you can say that again.
It's such a beautiful park, though.
It really is. I mean, there's so much history, so much character in here. That's what they say about older ballparks, older arenas. That's the main characteristic. It's character. The 2-1 over to short, and bobbling it there was Reyes Cruz. Gets it over to first, but not in time. And Moretto gets on.
That's going to be an E6 on the shortstop as Moretto reaches base. An unfortunate bobble, but allowed the leadoff man to get aboard here.
For Reyes Cruz, error number 4 on the regular season. That'll bring up Hogan Brown for the second time tonight.
Brown struck out swinging the first time they end the first inning.
Was in his second year with the Jackfish. Bat .287 last year, .371 this year. And tries to bunt that one down, but a bit of a double deflect on the bat as it drops right in front of the home plate.
Of course, plate umpire Justin Snively all over that one.
First tip, all right. The second, it deflects the second time.
Yep, it's definitely a foul ball.
Yes, indeed. So it's an 0-1 count here. Boone delivers. Tries again with the bunt. Goes down the first base line. They'll get Brown over at first, but that's going to advance the runner Moretto to second. Some small ball played by the Welland Jackfish. A bunt down the first base line to perfection by Hogan Brown.
Brown retired 2-3 on the sacrifice hit. Moretto moves to second base with 1 away. For Caleb Feuderstake.
Yeah, Caleb Feuderstake out in right field tonight.
Struck out swinging his first time up in the second inning.
His 10th game of the season. Has long qualified for the postseason already. Swing and a miss.
Not sure how many Jackfish are actually still college-age players, but I don't think they're going to feel the impact as much as like a team like a Hamilton, a London, a Kitchener will feel when the kids go back to college, back to school very soon.
And of course, for Kitchener, Blake Jacklin will be unavailable for the postseason for them. And that one goes just outside, down low. Count now 1-1 rather here on Feuderstake.
course, you think about the Guelph Royals, they lose Brandon LaRue, their second baseman.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
Corey Morrow, who's been playing third base until Malik Cullymore got there as well. Connor Morrow's brother. He'll be going back to school. Brandon Deans, who's actually at Humber College, will not be leaving the lineup probably till September, so that does help them, but he's going out west with the Silver Creeks.
Yeah, it really depends on which college you are a part of and what part of the season that they actually play. Fewer Stake shows bunt, but that's going to go across for strike 2.
Of course, the NAIA and the NCAA have both passed rules recently that, once the school is in session, kids have to be back into school. Actually, they cannot play for any summer collegiate leagues or anything past a certain date.
Of course, August 20th, if we can get all the rain delays back in to the schedule in time, that is the final date of the regular season. The playoffs will begin a few days later. And that's going to go across for strike 3, right down Broadway, 2 away.
2 away now. McCoy Pierce will be the batter. He's singled in the second inning.
That's 6 strikeouts for Owen Boone here tonight.
Man, if the Majors could get this guy some runs, he's definitely going to keep you in this ballgame, that's for sure.
Just unbelievable talent on the mound. When he's available, he's going to give you quality pitching.
No question. Pounds the strike zone with consistency.
McCoy Pierce, the batter here, with 2 away. Trying to frame that one up was DeOlio on the outside, but just misses for ball 1. Pierce again batting .313 this year from Kamloops, BC.
Moreno with a huge lead off second base now.
Say that again. Broken bat into the infield. Runner goes to third. They go over to first. They can't apply the tag. Runners now on the corners here with 2 away.
That's going to go in the scorebook as a base hit. Tough play by the shortstop on the broken bat. He had to avoid the bat as well as it was going down the line.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit by one of those. So Tyler Dupuis, the batter now, with, again, runners on the corners here with 2 away. Credited with the fielder's choice back in the second. But then was caught stealing. Boone with the sign. The delivery, swing and a miss for strike 1. And Dupuis, St. Catharines native, plays for his hometown area in Niagara region. Second IBL season. Hit .342 last year. That one's in, and they're going to say it hit him. Base is now loaded here.
Not what you want to do if you're Owen Boone in this situation. You don't want to let the top of the order come back up here with the bases loaded.
Well, that's exactly what they're doing, partner. Bases loaded here for the Welland Jackfish. Welland actually batting .362 with the bases juiced. As mentioned, Moretto with that grand slam home run on the 19th of July. London, meantime, pitching staff, opponents only batting .239 with the bases loaded against them. As that one's going to be fouled away. However, London has given up 3 grand slams this year. Porcelato already up for his 3rd plate appearance of the night. The delivery, fouled away again. No 2 count here to Porcelato. 31 runs for Porcelato this year. Leading the team in that category. As mentioned before, batting .358 this season. One of just 9 triples for the Jackfish this year, too. Here's the 0-2. Swing, and another souvenir for the fans here at Labatt Memorial Park.
Of course, the Majors invite fans when they do catch the baseballs to hang on to them here.
Yes, indeed. Pretty sure every ballpark does that.
No, actually, Kitchener and some other ballparks actually asked them to turn them back in for a snack. Or
Oh,
something.
okay. So they actually keep them.
Yes, they keep them here.
Oh, okay.
Here in Hamilton as well.
Oh, wow.
I might have a few IBL stamped baseballs in my car right now.
You're going to have to get me one of those.
I'll definitely do my best.
The 0-2, and that one is not going to retire. Poor Salato.
Of course, Rupe Chanderdad a couple years ago gave my son one when we were at Hastings Stadium, and he still got the baseball. My son doesn't not like baseball whatsoever, but he hung on to the baseball and said, your friend Rupe gave that to me. So that was cool. Rupe Chanderdad, of course, my son's favorite player, even though he's not a player.
Here's the 1-2. Swing, and that's going to go over to second base. Are they going to get it? Yes, they will. They leave the bases loaded here in the top of the fourth. Welland 3, London no score. Jordan Schulman, Charlie Joseph, and Tom Reyes due up for the London Majors.
Jackfish in the fourth inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left on base. Jackfish, of course, Owen Boone just getting himself out of another jam here, trying to give the London Majors bats a chance to break the scoreless goose egg here as they trail by 3.
Of course, that ran up the pitch count quite a bit on Owen Boone. He's up to 67 pitches, 43 of them for strikes right now. And when you think about the schedule for the London Majors, as mentioned before, the least amount of games played in the IBL this season. This, of course, being game number 27 on the year for them. And you still got to go on quite the run this week alone. I mean, you go into Barrie on Saturday, into Kitchener on Sunday, and then you look at next week. I mean, oh my goodness.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the 1st, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. So you still got to do a 3-3 after you play against the Guelph Royals.
Of course, there you go. On the screen as well, you see the next road game for the London Majors. They're in Vantage Throne Stadium in Barrie for a 4:05 start tomorrow afternoon in Barrie. Make sure you bring your sunscreen and the bug spray.
Yes, bring the bug spray. I was just in Barrie last Saturday. Oh, they are nasty.
They definitely are.
But I'm from the north. It is what it is. I can handle it.
From the north, and
I
you
can
said
handle
you
it.
could handle it. But, you know, you were still complaining on the way home. You were getting eaten alive.
I'm thinking of other people, Neil. I'm just thinking of others. I mean, they don't have the northern blood like I do that can handle all the mosquitoes and all the bugs.
This is true.
It's just a public service announcement.
Yes,
I mean, I might be thick-skinned, but I'm just thinking of others.
Well, I know when the Baycats first came into the league and they moved out to the Vantage Throne Stadium and everything else, they used to hand out a little package of Oskintastic when you went through the door, and it was like, I'm scratching me, going, what's this for?
Well, you think about the location, right?
Oh,
I mean,
exactly.
Barrie Sports Park, north end of town, you're right in the bush there.
And it's such a beautiful park, too.
It is. Also heard that they're actually starting to look at a new ballpark.
What?
Heard that from Ryan Rio right on the Inside IBL podcast.
Why are they moving that team?
They're thinking about a new ballpark in Barrie.
Interesting.
They ain't moving the team. That one goes across Broadway for strike one as we are back into action here at beautiful Labatt Memorial Park. Mark Pare alongside Neil Srivastava here with you. Swing and right down the third base line off the glove of Moretto. And rounding first, going towards second. It's going to be a bang-bang play. Sliding in, he got him.
Give Schulfan the single, but he's out on the throw. The hose by James Smybert.
James Smybert with a rocket from foul territory right to second base.
(6-4) goes to put it at second base.
So one away. Of course, mishandled there. Although you can't really say mishandled. Moretto, that was a hot shot he had to handle there. And it went off of the glove and into the outfield.
Moretto even comes down with that ball. I'm hard-pressed to throw at Schoenfeld. He runs pretty well himself there, so we're going to get a single anyways. I don't think they would have attempted to throw across the diamond.
Well, Starling Joseph will take there for strike one as it goes across Broadway. Left fielder struck out his last time up. Guerrero up to 3 strikeouts in this game. And there's another strike against Mr. Joseph. Well, as mentioned, 11-game hitting streak on the line here. 14 for 37 in the month of July. He's struck out 9 times.
Starling Joseph is a very passionate player.
He really is.
Sometimes his emotion gets the better of him, and that's probably his own detriment. Sometimes he doesn't like calls and stuff. Of course, we saw him in Hamilton. He tossed the bat, tossed the helmet down. Unfortunately, umpire got clipped with it when it came back up, and that got him ejected. But, yeah, it's just he's got to keep his composure while at the plate as best he can.
And he can really hit some heat. 15 of his 29 hits this year have gone for extra bases.
He goes down looking on strike number 3 there.
Yeah, could not believe as he's still having a word there with Justin Snively. So 2 away here in the bottom half of the 4th.
Going to bring up Tommy Reyes Cruz, who singled his last time out. Got erased on the double play by Cleveland Brownlee to end the 2nd inning.
Cruz again batting shortstop, playing shortstop tonight, I should say.
Keith Candale has been struggling a little bit with the bat, but also you got to get some guys some playing time as well, and Tommy Reyes Cruz has definitely been doing a very capable job at shortstop for the Majors.
A team leading 19 runs on the year. 19 times he has crossed the plate. The 1-0 swing, and that had some home run cut to it, but he just missed.
Of course, I got to make sure I mention a happy birthday to my daughter Nora for tomorrow. She's turning 9. Where's time going?
Where is time going?
It was not so long ago. I was introducing her to the world. Now it's like, okay, where's this girl that we used to watch baseball with her dad in the wee hours of the morning?
Time is a construct, Neil. Yes. Time is a construct.
Of course, we've got a Harry Potter themed day planned tomorrow.
That one goes across for a strike. 2-2 the count here now.
I know she's probably watching at home with her mom right now, and well, oh gosh, Dad just embarrassed me.
With dreams of Gryffindor running through her head.
I like it.
The 2-2, and getting a piece of it there was Tommy Reyes Cruz to stay alive. What house were you part of?
I never did the sorting house.
You never did the sorting house?
I know my daughter was Gryffindor.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure my son was a Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
Yes, we've been watching the movies a fair bit at home. We're actually on the Deathly Hallows part number 1 now. So
great series. The 2-2, and that's going to go inside, but he got him.
There's one scene, if you haven't watched that movie, that always gets me to cry. So the tears were flowing the other night.
3-0 Welland as we go to break here. 5th inning upcoming here from London. This is Majors TV. We'll be back.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Get started at Planet Fitness today through the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is...
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
Balloon toss here on the 519 Jersey Auction mobile cam. Neil, have you ever been good at this game?
Never, but you know, on a day like today, I don't think you want to be good at this one. You kind of want to wear that water balloon when it's that muggy.
Yes, indeed. A 3-0 game here at Labatt Memorial Park in London. Welland leading the Majors here on a Friday night. Mark Pare, Neil Srivastava with you here. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Jackfish. The Majors, no runs on 4 hits and 2 errors with Owen Boone back on the hill. 67 pitches through 4 innings. Looking to get some more action here is the ace of the Major staff.
Boone would like a clean inning for a change here, that's for sure. Came close in the second inning. Only faced one over the minimum. So he got the caught stealing to end the inning.
So we take a look now at the out-of-town scoreboard. 3 games in the IBL this evening. As you see on the left, Welland up 3-0 here at Labatt Memorial Park. Kitchener now a 6-2 lead on the Hamilton Cardinals. That's going to be a battle for 3rd and 4th in the IBL standings as we go down the stretch. The Kitchener Panthers offense really going to be something to be reckoned with. And over in Brantford, it's 4-0 for the Baycats over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 4th.
The Guelph Royals stay in that 6th position. You don't want to finish in 3rd, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. I was talking with Dino Ramel, actually, of the Guelph Royals, the field manager. Would actually look forward to a matchup with the Kitchener Panthers, not because of the matchup on the diamond, but to try and get that Highway 7 rivalry reignited in a playoff series.
Definitely would put some butts in the seats on both places, that's for sure.
Yeah, Hastings Stadium, Jack Couch Park, look out if you have that matchup. Well, if you're the Kitchener Panthers, do you want to face Claudio Custodio potentially twice in a series, maybe 3 times?
Well, hopefully he doesn't steal 2 games anyways, but.
That one goes outside.
3-0 count now.
Yeah, 3-0 count here. Top of the 5th, Gio Morello in the batter's box for the 3rd time tonight. And that goes for strike 1. Gio Morello, the Toronto native, again, played 2 seasons with Brantford, arrived in Welland in 2022, and he will walk over to first base.
Leadoff man aboard once again for the Jackfish. Start the 5th inning.
2nd straight innings or 3rd straight, I should say. Of course, the first 2 innings, you think about the first, Porcelato popping one up into the infield. Feuerstake struck out to lead off the 2nd. Since then, a single from Porcelato. Moretto reaches on an error, and now Morello gets on with the walk. This will bring up Martinez. Boone taking his time there. That one well inside for ball 1.
Corners and infield back at the double play depth here, just trying to hope Owen Boone can get a ground ball and get a couple of outs here.
I know we had some rainfall in the forecast earlier on tonight. We had a lot of rain come into our area before tonight's game. Starting to feel a little bit of that cooling breeze, like we might be seeing some more as that one's knocked over. Short getting it over to second base. Unassisted, throws it over to first, and there's the double play.
I'm not sure if Martinez hit the bat, hit him on the way through the swing there and the follow through or what, because he just kind of didn't make a real good attempt down the line here. Doesn't look like he's hurt. He's not asking for any trainer support or anything. Just maybe just gave up on the at bat.
Now I'll bring up James Smybert, one of the league leaders in pretty much every category on the offense in the IBL. Holds off on that one for ball 1. Smybert, as mentioned, 50 hits on the season, 36 RBI. The fans really giving it to them.
Mark Pare just met the faithful here.
Oh, the faithful here in London. I love it.
Just wait till we get to a 3-0 count, something with the Majors batting.
Oh, we start getting into that, what is it, that Texas University? The ball 4, ball 5. Ball
yes, we do.
Oh, boy.
They got it up to 7 on Tuesday night.
Swing and a miss there for strike 1.
Well, I think they forgot how to count after that.
I got to see that video. My goodness, I could not contain my laughter. Let's just put it that way.
I had the mic in one hand. I was just trying not to laugh too hard after that. Of course, they have the one-liners on the umpire, too. So
the 2-1, a chopper down the first base side. Boone handing it over to first.
A 3-up, 3-down inning for Owen Boone is just what the Majors ordered here.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered, partner, as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Owen Boone facing the minimum here in the 5th. It remains 3-0 Welland.
Of course, you got another look at the mobile cam as well here.
Yeah, mobile cam, of course, brought to you by 519 Jersey Auction.
I don't know if that's kind of intimidating. You got that camera, you're walking back to Doug, and it's like right there in front of your face. Like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to smile?
Well, I mean, the ones in the majors are kind of used to it. You got that big, towering camera right in front of you. You got that lower shot.
Joey Votto loves that thing.
Oh, Joey Votto loves the camera. Let's be honest here.
I don't know. He'd be one of those interviews. I don't know if I ever got the opportunity to interview him. I think he would. My whole thing would be just trying to make him crack up laughing or something. Just go totally off script or something and just try to make him laugh.
You'd do that to the great Joey Votto?
Yeah, I probably would. Just
you know what? I probably would too. Not gonna lie.
But after, I don't know if you saw the rant he went up with Matt Dog this week or not. On this,
I did not.
You definitely have to go watch that. It was just hilarious.
Joey Votto is an absolute character, one of our own.
He is. You know, I was always hoping he would retire at some point and make, maybe just a victory lap in the IBL.
Why not?
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind seeing Joey Votto maybe wearing some London Majors colors, maybe some Kitchener Panthers colors. From being a little bit biased on that one myself, but you think about some of the former major players that have come through the IBL. Of course, Dalton Pompey last year for Guelph was now a Hamilton police officer.
Now a Hamilton police officer, as my social media unfortunately exploded beyond belief today.
Yeah, I will tell you this from experience. I have gotten a tweet go viral before a couple of times interviewing some bands in my music journalism career. Just turn the notifications off.
It's off. Like my phone is like been going crazy all day.
Check it every now and then. See the numbers. See the followers go up at the same time too. But just that you're going to have that 20-plus piton right at the top of your app.
Apparently,
and yes, I'm French. I said piton.
Piton. Well, there you go. Well, apparently at one point, Dalton Pompey was trending on Twitter around 11 o'clock this morning. I was like, oh, goodness, I hope it wasn't me.
Oh, it was. Let's be honest, it was.
Oh, man. And as soon as I tweeted it out, I was like, man, well, I hope he wasn't planning on doing any undercover work because I pretty much just shot that opportunity completely out the door on the poor guy.
Well, I mean, it's Dalton Pompey. I mean, he is not doing any kind of undercover work. Based on what you saw in the 2015 ALDS, I mean, that mug is everywhere.
It definitely is.
After that.
Yep.
Back here in London, still 3-0 Welland. And the first pitch seen by Eduardo De Olio is going to go in. And what a catch! Unbelievable catch in left field by Hogan Brown to take away a sure single from Eduardo De Olio.
Brown with the sliding catch there. Definitely a highlight of the week candidate for sure, as much as I don't like to say it because it's the Jackfish, and we like to razz the Jackfish a little bit.
As you can see there, Dalton Pompey again. You can't miss that mug.
No, you can't.
Congratulations to him. Of course, played, as mentioned before, with the Guelph Royals last year. Decided not to play this season because he wanted to pursue a career in policing. Went to police college in the fall. And, of course, clearly wearing the blue stripes for Hamilton at this point. Of course, his brother Tristan still playing in the IBL with Guelph this year as Cleveland Brownlee swings at that one. Got a piece of it, but goes into the glove for strike one.
That was swung on pretty hard. Looked like the man from Georgia was trying to send that one back home.
The 0-1, that looked like it almost hit him there. And Cleveland Brownlee hit into the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play back in the second. The 1-1 got a piece of it. And Guerrero doing some work here for the Welland Jackfish. Up to 51 pitches here so far.
Well, I think the biggest concern I had with Guerrero personally when I was just watching the video and everything else, he throws a lot of walks in there. But a lot of guys in this league are not as that patient. So far he's been able to blast it past guys.
And there's strike three, and Cleveland Brownlee cannot believe it. Not happy with the strike three call from home plate umpire Justin Snively. 2 away here in the fifth.
But getting back to what I was saying about Guerrero, he throws a lot of balls in there and everything else, but guys in this league tend to be a lot more aggressive than what he's used to seeing here. So if you get him to chase something on the outside part of the plate, and if you're hitting that outside part of the plate, umpires are a little more flexible in this league, and they'll definitely give you the outside call once in a while. That was the case there with Brownlee as well.
6'4", 267 pounds, as that one's going to be hit down the line. That's a fair ball. Down the left field line it goes. Right to the fence it goes. Circling around to second base is Kane McGee. He'll get there standing up with 2 away.
Great job by Kane McGee on that pitch. Waited for Guerrero to get one high in the zone here. Took it the other way and down the line, right into the corner. Thankfully did not get stuck down there.
Yeah, right into that corral on the other side of the foul pole. But again, that ball dropped fair.
It definitely did. The pool cue shot, as I used to call it.
Putting it into that sweet spot, if you will, as Brett Graham will step into the batter's box here. Singled and was later stranded in the third. See what Mr. Graham can do here with a runner in scoring position here for the London Majors. Guerrero peeks over at second. Held off on the swing there, Brett Graham.
Good job by Graham to lay off on that one. Most guys have been swinging at that high strike so far. That one's above the letters, though.
And that's the interesting thing, Neil, when you think about, the more and more you see a pitcher that, just got into this league. You try to figure out his tendencies, as that's going to be chopped over to short. Over to first it goes, and they got him. They'll strand a runner, and it's still 3-0 Welland. 6th inning upcoming here at Labatt Memorial Park. Stay with us. You are watching Majors TV.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
And we got another beautiful look from our mobile cam, the 519 Jersey Auction mobile cam. That's dizzy.
That's dizzy, but the one on the purple there looks like she's cheating.
Hey, it ain't cheating if you don't get caught.
True.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's true as well.
Let's remember the late, great Eddie Guerrero. As we welcome you back inside beautiful Labatt Memorial Park. And inside the Game Day London press box, Mark Pare, Neil Srivastava with you with the Welland Jackfish up 3-0 on the hometown London Majors. Owen Boone back for some work here in the 6th as he tries for another 3-up, 3-down inning. Second 3-up, 3-down inning he got in the 5th. But he's up to 76 pitches. The Welland Jackfish, they may have 3 on the board, but they're working that pitch count up on Mr. Owen Boone.
And that's what you got to do, like a guy with like an Owen Boone and a Claudio Custodio, is get that pitch count up. So they got to get out of the ball game, give yourselves an opportunity. If you can't score against this guy, who knows? Maybe you can get lucky against the bullpen.
As we will lead off the 6th inning here with Stephen Moretto of the Welland Jackfish. Glad he can join us here on a Friday night.
Moretto 1 for 2 in the contest, reached on an error in the 4th.
Just that one go inside, but crossing the plate for strike 1. I got to mention the threads I'm wearing here tonight.
I was about to say, you're definitely a little more overdressed than you usually are.
Well, you see, hockey season is around the corner as that one's going to be knocked over the head of Graham and into right field. And a base hit to lead things off for Stephen Moretto.
Of course, I saw you hanging out with Braden Farrington before the ball game.
So there is a story there. So when I started my broadcast career, I was calling hockey in Northern Ontario. Braden Farrington's brother, Logan, who I'm imagining is watching here tonight, was a goaltender in hockey. he was playing for my hometown team, the Timmins Rock. So I got to know the family a little bit, got to meet Father Dave at a road game at one point.
Nice.
Of course, he later came down to Kitchener the one game against the Majors, so got to chit-chat with him. So Logan, Dave, if you're watching, hope you're enjoying the game here tonight. And, yeah, I'm wearing Logan Farrington's, I believe I was told, a game-worn jersey, signed by Logan on the back of the jersey. Quality goaltender, I will say.
Excellent.
In his day.
Well, Braden Farrington's no slouch either on the pitcher's mount.
That's right. And just on the police topic as well, another police officer, Logan, a member of the Timmins Police Service.
Good to know we got some men in high places.
Absolutely. Trying to drop down the bunt there was Brown, but it's just going to go for a strike.
Brown 0 for 1 in the contest. He did have a sacrifice bunt in the last inning in the fourth. We're in the sixth now. Sorry, so it's 2 innings ago. My apologies. I'm like, wait a minute here.
I mean, it might feel a little bit later, too, just because we had that delay. Trying to drop down the bunt, but holds off for ball 2.
Count is 2-1 now.
Brown, of course, tied for first with 13 doubles this season in the IBL. A guy that can hit for extra bases, that is for sure. 3 home runs to add to that, so 16 extra base hits out of the 39 overall. Drops it down the third base line. They go over to second. They'll get the lead runner. As Brown reaches on the fielder's choice.
Five, 6 goes to put out.
Should mention that Neil is also the official scorekeeper here this evening as well, so what he says is gospel.
I am the law. I had to go there.
You had to.
You set me up so well.
You had all the power. I do that all season to you, partner.
You do. I do it back too, though.
You do, and I take it. So 1 away here, top of the 6th. Welland still up 3-0. Runner on first for Caleb Fewerstake as he fouls that one away. You might have to teach me how to do that point streak once in a while.
Yeah, we may have to sit you down and give you a tutorial. That way I can take a night off once in a while.
Others down the line here in the booth says no.
No. Hard pass.
Hard no, as they say up in Letterkenny. As that one's going to be hit into right field. A base hit here for Fewerstake. Runner advances over to second base.
That ball definitely died in the definitely, I want to say moist grass. I don't want to say it's soaked or anything, but it's definitely moist, and it's been freshly cut too, though.
It really has. I mean, again, credit to the grounds crew here at Labatt Memorial Park getting this field into pristine condition as best as they can after that rain.
I know some other ballparks in this league, we would have been going home.
Yes.
We won't say them by names or anything like that, but you and I have frequented them often.
Yes, we do. And it's nothing against the grounds crews at other ballparks. I mean, they do the best that they possibly can. It's just the field is what the field is.
The field is what the field is, plus the manpower is and everything else. And it's just they've probably been told by parks officials, hey, if it starts raining and we get the X number.
And that's the thing in the end, whether it's trying to get the field into right condition, whether it's the man or woman power that it takes to put on a broadcast like this, whether it's you having to do 2 jobs at once.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need the people to operate to bring the experience, whether it's on the air or live inside the ballpark.
No question you do.
And that right there is McCoy Pierce up for the 3rd time tonight. Pair of singles to his credit.
I don't know if Boone's hurt. He's definitely crouching over a lot more than he usually does.
Yeah, well, he had a mound visit just a moment ago just to kind of check on him. Again, up to 84 pitches. And there's number 85. That'll go for a ball.
Of course, the Jackfish lost their ace from last year, Jake Hartford, for a little while during the season. He came back, and he's bounced back and back to the Jake Hartford everybody's used to seeing as well.
Yeah, best lefty that I ever seen in this league last year. Had my vote. Well, 1-0 outside for ball one.
Speaking of your vote, we'll be doing the broadcast voters very soon as far as the All-Star teams as well.
And this was by design, Neil. This is why I mentioned it, because we're trying to look for contacts for other teams. Welland, we're looking at you, broadcast crew.
Hit me up, please.
Yeah. We'll get you in on the votes. Your vote does matter.
It does.
Here's the 2-0 from Boone. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Pierce 2 for 2 with a pair of singles so far.
And again, my apologies. It looks like Harford, he is marked as a right-hander on the website.
Yeah, maybe he is a I guess he is a right-hander because that's right. Because I think when it came down to the votes and everything else, I had to double check last year as well. I was like, wait a minute, is he a righty or lefty?
Oh, there's another swing and a miss from McCoy Pierce for strike two. Yeah, I really need to go back to that ballot. Kind of see that difference between 2022 and 2023. Who's consistently up in the conversation? Who drops down a little bit more? Yeah. One away with runners at first and second here at Labatt Park. Taking his time there is Owen Boone. Here's the 2-2. Right down Broadway for strike three. 2 away.
I'm going to bring up Tyler Dupuis, who's 0 for 1 in the contest. Dupuis batting .223 on the season.
Dupuis, and like you said, 224 on the year, 17 for 76 overall, 16 RBI. He's walked 12 times. And that's been a story for the Welland Jackfish, of course, walking 144 times this year.
That's a lot of patience at the plate.
Second in the IBL in that category, as he gets a piece of it there. By contrast, London has walked just 97 times, the only team in the IBL under 100 in that category.
That's a lot of aggressive swinging or just a lot of guys hitting baseballs that maybe they shouldn't be.
An 0-1 count. Here's the delivery. Upstairs for ball one. By contrast, too, you think about the pitchers for both of these teams. London, as a pitching staff, 217 strikeouts to 131 walks. That's 8th and 4th, respectively, in the IBL. 286 strikeouts to 116 walks for Welland. That's 1st and 3rd, respectively. That one's down into the dirt.
Got 2 balls and 1 strike on the count, I believe. Unless I'm pitching ahead of myself.
Yes, indeed. There it is. The update on the scoreboard here at Labatt Memorial Park. It's a 2-1 count with 2 away. Owen Boone trying to get out of a jam. Remains 3-0 Welland. Infielders jumping around. The 2-1 swing and a miss for strike two.
Boone would love to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs and give the Majors another chance here. But he's guessing he's got to be getting the pitch count, and it's definitely looking like he's crouching over a lot more, so definitely fatigue setting in with this muggy weather too.
93 pitches in here for Owen Boone. Gets the sign, ready to deliver. Pitch number 94 on the evening. Swing and a miss, he got him. Another strikeout for Owen Boone, and we stay 3-0 here at Labatt Memorial Park, here on Majors TV.
For the Jackfish in the 6th inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 men were left on base. They failed to get some insurance runs here.
And again, Owen Boone, after giving up those 2 runs in the first, he gave up another one in the third. Found himself in a couple of jams over the last couple of innings. But yet again, the defense behind him has been solid, and he himself has been able to get out of said jams.
Exactly. Of course, against when you hold the Jackfish, to 3 runs through 6 innings, you pretty much have done your job. Just Unfortunately, it's now up to your offense to equal that, be equal to the task. And so far, the Majors have just been victims of the double play a little too often.
And you think about the season series partner, the 4 games that these two teams have played, Welland winning 3 of 4, 12-11 back on June 3rd, 12-5 back on July 19th, 12-6 just this past Saturday. The one win for London was a 4-0 victory, and Owen Boone start in that one on June 30th.
Right here at the Labatt Park. I remember watching that ball game on the television. It's a Friday night baseball game where we didn't have a game against in Hamilton, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about these broadcasts, you know, coming in after the pandemic, instituting the rule where all teams have to broadcast their games online.
Yep.
You can't miss a moment of the action.
No, exactly. I'll be admitting to some, I don't know, maybe some inner office no-nos, but I definitely usually have a broadcast on throughout the day, just trying to get caught up with them around the league as well, just trying to, in case I haven't seen a team in a while or seen a certain player or anything else, just trying to get some feeling for some of these guys in the league.
Especially when there's so much turnover year over year. Guys coming in, I mean, you still get the mainstays that have been around for many, many years. Some guys that are starting off their IBL career into year 2, into year 3.
Well, of course, with the signing deadline this week, the Hamilton Cardinals came into town here, just 5 guys on the bench because everybody else had been released. That usually was their bench players and everything else, and of course, not everybody had arrived back in. So you saw a bunch of guys introducing themselves for the first time here.
As that one's going to go up for ball 1 on Dan Battelle.
Battelle 1 for 1 in the contest. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, and how about that signing deadline by the Hamilton Cardinals? I know you were keeping busy right till 11:59 earlier this week.
Well, George Halim definitely has a Rolodex upon Rolodexes, that's for sure. He knows everybody. Total of 31 transactions, 31 players throughout the league either got released or found new homes.
There's strike 1, 2-1 count here on Battelle.
Definitely one of the busier ones I remember in my recent history anyways, my recent memory anyways. I'm going to have to go back through the emails for the last few years and just try to track down and see where exactly it ranks.
There's another one that goes just inside but clipping a part of the plate for strike 2. You know, I've been around the league since 2018, calling games since 2021, and yeah, this is probably the busiest signing deadline. I think this is the most publicity a signing deadline has gotten in the IBL in recent years.
Too, and that's just a testament to everybody else doing, you know, the media teams in Barrie.
Well, that one's going to go down the line. Sorry to cut you off, partner. Around first goes Dan Battelle, and he'll get in sliding to second base.
That'll go in the books as a double for Daniel Battelle. And the Majors have got something to cheer about here in the 6th inning.
They be cooking here at Labatt Memorial Park as we go back to the top of the order.
When you hear Du Hast in the background, that means only one thing and one thing only. Byron Reichstein coming to the plate.
What a song.
It is such a great tune. I'm going to have to add it to the breakfast play mix in the house tomorrow, I think.
The best part of waking up is Du Hast?
Du Hast in your cup. Yes, there we go. Is Reichstein coming for breakfast now? No. Sadly, no. Dad just wanted to hear the full version of it.
Well, he's 0 for 2 in this ball game. Hit into a double play his last time up. They're going to throw it over to first, thinking that maybe Dan Battelle didn't tag first on his way around to second, but the umpire over at second base now, that's Chris Long, says nope.
Appeal was
safe.
denied. Yep. Well, you can't fault the Jackfish in as well. If anything questionable, you got to take that chance. There's no video replay here. They can't appeal a play after the fact.
You have to cover your bases, if you will.
Yep.
A 1-0 count as that one goes high and upstairs on Byron Reichstein.
Of course, we had a situation in a ball game earlier this week as well where a run came in, but it was on a double play attempt afterwards. Well, it wasn't really a double play. Cleveland Brownlee got erased on an infield play here, and they got caught in a rundown. The run came across the score. That was also the end of the inning, so we had to wait for the plate umpire to make sure he validated that Brownlee or the runner had touched home. So we had a little bit of a delay there as well. It wasn't until Keith Candell ran out there with the umpire at the plate and make sure it was a good call. The plate umpire pointed at the plate, and that was signifying the run that scored.
It's been a wild season. It really has.
It has been.
And the fun is just beginning, too.
Exactly.
August is right around the corner. The 1-0 from Guerrero is going to be fouled off. Yeah, playoffs just, I want to say 4 weeks away now.
And it's going to be crunch time, and then everybody will be back to school as well. So you'll see the stands throughout the ballparks being packed on Tuesdays and probably Thursdays, Saturday nights for sure. As playoff season will be in full effect here.
That was
behind the center field.
Yes, indeed. And getting underneath it there is going to be Gio Morello with the catch, one away.
Morello with the throw on the money to third. Patel had to retreat back to second base.
Yeah, and covering all your bases.
Yep.
So Jordan Schulafand will come back to the dish for his third time up. Playing in center field. As mentioned before, came over from the Hamilton Cardinals earlier on this season. Actually, very recently, I should say, right near the signing deadline.
Yeah, he was released by the Cardinals Sunday night, signed with the Majors on Monday, and was in action Tuesday night.
Yeah, plays as a pitcher. He can also be a center fielder. Actually started as a pitcher against Kitchener the other week.
Held Welland off the scoreboard for, I think, 4 1/3 innings, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Of course, he was with the Maine Black Bears of the NCAA. And he was in the Frontier League for a little bit. He is from Florida originally.
Yes, indeed he is. All the way. That one's going to be fouled off by the native of Parkland, Florida. They've just turned 25 years of age back on July 9th. Count 0-1 here on Schulafand. Guerrero with the delivery. Clipping the bottom of the zone for strike number 2.
Got a fan standing up in front of the scorer's box there, so blocking the view for Sue.
Yeah, Sue's got to do her job, folks.
Yes, she does. She does it very, very well, too.
Yeah, right here in the Game Day London press box. We got a packed house here at Labatt Memorial Park on a Friday night. Nothing better than some baseball.
Amen to that.
And Guerrero taking his time here on the pitcher's mound. Again, Battelle over at second base takes his lead. Eyes over at the second baseman. He's hopping around, giving Guerrero some fits. And that's just going to miss on the outside. 1-2 the count here.
Martinez unable to reel that one in a little too well. He had to flip the glove too much. Plate umpire Justin Snively unable to give that one. Once you have to turn the glove, it's kind of hard to sell that one.
Being a catcher is an art form. It's more than just catching the pitcher. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 away here in the 6th.
Bringing Starling Joseph, whose 11-game hitting streak is in jeopardy here in the 6th inning. 0 for 2 in the contest with a pair of strikeouts.
Again, the Majors being held off the board here so far. But they do have a runner in scoring position. And London batting .277 with runners in scoring position. Batting .219 with runners in scoring position and 2 away. Welland, though, pretty stingy on the pitcher's mound. Hitters only getting .254 on the Jackfish with runners in scoring position. Swing, and Joseph just got a piece of that for strike 1. Joseph has struck out both times he has been inside the batter's box against Alberto Guerrero tonight.
Didn't like the last call in the 4th inning, that's for sure. He had some words with the plate umpire.
Yeah, he did not like that one bit. And that one's going to go across Broadway for strike 1. or strike 2.
Strike 2, yes.
Again, quite the ball game. A lot of fans here in attendance.
It's always great to see here at Labatt Park. Even the rain can't keep the fans away.
No, it can't. 25-year-old Alberto Guerrero with the delivery inside for strike 3. Got him again. Starling Joseph cannot believe it.
Justice Snively walking down and away from him. Probably the wisest thing either guy could do as the umpire walks away to end the 6th inning.
Some more insurance for the Welland Jackfish, keeping the Majors on the board. Speaking of insurance, now time to look at our insurance guy, insurance tip of the game.
This week's insurance tip, we're talking about collectibles, maybe a sports card collection, jewelry, any type of other kind of collectible that you have in your home. There is a limit that most home insurance companies have to the coverage you'd get if all of those items were stolen or if they were damaged in a fire. So make sure your insurance company knows if you want coverage for your sports card collection or other memorabilia, jewelry. There's usually a cap on how much jewelry an insurance company will pay out on a claim. So make sure any kind of collectibles or jewelry, fine arts, fine furnishings, make sure the insurance agent or broker knows so that they can report it back to the insurance company and get that coverage added to your policy in the event that there is a major loss in your home. So today's tip, make sure your insurance company knows about any kind of collectibles, memorabilia, and jewelry. I'm Eric Gagne with our insurance guy. Now back to you guys.
Called on your mobile apps instead of Twitter. And by the way, we're also available on Threads.
Threads, you say, eh?
Threads. Are you on Threads, Neil?
I am not on Threads yet. Maybe we'll have to do that on the way home. We'll have to see.
Make sure you're not doing threading and driving.
Oh, I won't be driving tonight. That'll be Jenny's job.
There you go.
I'm just there for clever conversation and keep her awake.
There we go, as that one goes high and up for ball 1 on Mateo Porcelato. Owen Boone up to 95 pitches in this ball game. And that one's going to go off of DeOlio and to the backstop.
Boone's pitched really, really well against a very, very good hitting team.
Yes, he has 3 runs on 8 hits. No errors for the Jackfish. Majors, of course, no runs on 6 hits and 2 errors on the Knights. Boone has really settled in. Again, working himself out of jams as that goes across Broadway for strike 1.
course, Boone scheduled to face the top of the order here. Porcelado, Morello, and Martinez, barring any substitutions.
And of course, this is the time of year for substitutions as that clips the inside part of the plate for strike 2.
Pitchers, of course, needing 5 appearances and 10 innings pitched. Batters needing 24 plate appearances, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, and that could be 24 walks.
It could be, yes.
It could be. That one's well upstairs. Full count here on Porcelado. You can be hit by a pitch 24 times and still qualify for the playoffs.
Definitely don't recommend
Talk
that,
about taking the hard way into the postseason.
I don't think anybody wants to subscribe to the Don Baylor school of getting on base.
Get your ice packs out, folks. Boone gets the sign.
Can't believe we just made another Red Sox reference. I'm a Jays fan.
And he got him. Strike 3. Porcelado goes down. The opening out of the inning.
I should have probably gone with the Tigers reference, and the London fans would have got it.
I mean, my geography isn't that great, but I guess we are closer to Detroit than Toronto. It's about half and half right here.
Definitely, I guarantee if the Tigers radio broadcasts were live tonight or anything, you definitely probably pick up the Tigers broadcast clear as a bell here. And the producer is definitely not in agreement with us.
Swing, and that one caught a D'Olio in the mask.
Of course, when we were lucky growing up as kids, we were lucky on a clear night. Sometimes you'd hear Ernie Harwell very faintly on the transistor radios. I am definitely dating myself now. Kids are going, what the heck's a transistor radio, Dad?
And I had Timmins radio, so I wasn't catching anything from down here.
Nope.
Didn't have digital like you can get now. You can actually download a mobile app to get radio stations. Of course, I would get the odd fan 590.
As the producer's saying, you can pick up a classic rock radio here in London, actually in Cleveland.
Yeah, very interesting.
Good to
know. Radio is a funny medium. It really is. The 0-1, swing and a miss for strike 2.
Boone is definitely dealing tonight.
9 strikeouts for Owen Boone. Gio Morello, one of those strikeout victims. He struck out back in the first. Boone with the 0-2. Swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 10 for Owen Boone. And that is 2 outs on the inning.
They bring up Carlos Martinez, who's 1 for 3 in the contest, a double and a run scored in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third, and grounded into a double play in the 5th.
Carlos Martinez, of course, from Colombia. 5'11", 200 pounds, making his 7th game of the season. He's already qualified for the postseason. 28 plate appearances coming into tonight. Make it 29, actually, coming into tonight. He was hit by a pitch against these London Majors back on July 19th as he goes down 0-1 to Boone.
Of course, we mentioned the Guelph Royals earlier this week as well. Sean Riley probably going to be in the lineup tomorrow evening, I'm guessing.
That one's going to be hit into right field and caught by the right fielder, Reichstein, as we go into stretch time here at Labatt Memorial Park. It remains 3-0 Welland over the London Majors, as Owen Boone has retired the last 5 batters the Jackfish have sent to the plate. 10 strikeouts for Owen Boone in this game. Again, as you mentioned, Neil, he is dealing.
Well, of course, you just saw on the mobile cam there, Boone and manager Roop Chanderdat having a conversation in the dugout. I'm not sure if he was asking or Chanderdat was telling him he was done after that inning, or if he wanted to see if Boone wanted to go one more.
That's right. Of course, that beautiful camera, the 519 Jersey Auction mobile cam. And Boone, again, 7 innings. He's given up the 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk to those 10 strikeouts.
Another dominant performance, that's for sure. Now it's up to the Majors to get them some runs and get them back in the position to get the win here.
Boone is up to 105 pitches. I'd imagine you might see some relief coming the Majors' way.
I think you probably will in this situation.
Alberto Guerrero, meantime, still on the hill here for Welland. 70 pitches for him. And that's been a big difference here between these two teams tonight. Both starters dealing the way they have been dealing, but Welland surely has gotten the better of Owen Boone in the sense of running up his pitch count a lot quicker than London being able to run up the pitch count on Alberto Guerrero.
And that's just a testament to the batters here by the Jackfish as well. They're just very, very patient at the plate. They don't rush situations. They don't jump on first pitches too often, whereas the Majors and everybody else seem to be definitely more aggressive at the plate at times. Of course, you look at the Hamilton Cardinals and that young team with so many of those guys among the top 10 in strikeout leaders, not one of the categories you want to be in the top 10 in.
When you look at the average for each team, Welland batting .316 as a unit this year, tops in the IBL. London batting .258 as a unit. That's bottom in the IBL. And when you look at the differences even on the base paths as well, of course, we learned what Welland can do on the base paths with the speed that they have. Of course, Brandon Nicholson led the way last year. Now he's a member of the Hamilton Cardinals. But 72 stolen bases for Welland on 98 attempts. London, 23 stolen bases on 34 attempts.
Stolen base, and I think it was definitely a lost art for many teams in the league. Of course, in Major League Baseball, definitely you're seeing the stolen bases have definitely increased this year with the new rules in place.
And when you got the speed and you got that advantage of knowing that the second pickoff attempt is it in Major League Baseball, you're going to see that guy go.
I would love to see the league bring that rule in, but I'm not sure how you can enforce it here either. So it's just one of those things we don't have the luxury of in this league. We don't have the luxury of video replay. We don't have pitch clocks, and we don't have between inning timers either. So
it's going to be popped out of play by Tommy Reyes Cruz in behind the Game Day London press box for an 0-2 count.
Cruz 1 for 2 in the contest. He singled in the second inning, as you mentioned. Struck out in the fourth.
And I mean, some of those rules that are in Major League Baseball would be very interesting to see how they implement it into the IBL, if at all possible. I mean, that pitch clock, you'd have to build something into the board.
Yeah.
The 0-2 well outside.
You'd have to put one clock behind the plate for the pitcher and the benefit of the defense, and you'd have to put one probably on the scoreboard. But again, some scoreboards are in different places and different ballparks too. So
that's right. Of course, at Jack Couch, it's in left center. Here, it's at right center. Same with Hastings Stadium in Guelph, right center field.
And you look at Dominico Field; it's behind everything on the top of the hill.
Yeah, there's a strikeout on Tommy Reyes Cruz to begin the inning.
The Olio will be the batter now. He's 0 for 2. He flown out to center field and popped out to left field on a great diving stop in the fifth inning.
Yes, indeed. Watch that one for a Plays of the Week highlight. Alberto Guerrero, meantime, up to 9 strikeouts. I mean, behind Owen Boone in his 10 Ks on the evening, Guerrero has slowly climbed up the Ks in the last 3 or 4 or so innings.
Yep.
And that one's inside, missing the plate on Eduardo De Olio.
If I'm not mistaken, Boone still leads the league as far as strikeout leaders. Tell Claudio Custodio gets back in action here, and he probably says, here, hold my Gatorade.
He's going to turn into what Brant Clark did for the Barrie Colts in the OHL this year. Was coming in halfway through the year and just absolutely exploding onto the scene. I believe he reached top 5 in OHL defensive scoring.
Yep. I would not be surprised, especially again with the Cardinals coming into the town tomorrow night, Custodio on the hill. I could see him getting between 12 and 15 strikeouts. That's not a fault against the Cardinals. It's just those kids are very aggressive to come in the bats there.
Yes, indeed. The 1-1 is going to be knocked into right field. It's playable. It's got some height. And coming over to make the catch is Feuerstake. And that will be out number 2 here in the 7th.
You hear the theme from the Lion King echoing back in the background, and it can only mean one guy and one guy only is coming to the plate. Cleveland Brownlee.
You know, on my way here, I found a ska version of I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Nice.
It was beautiful. Brought me back to my 90s Disney days.
Of course, Cleveland is one of the only guys in the league that has about 5 or 6 walk-up songs. Eric Collins, the public address announcer, and him have a meeting before games, and they kind of lay down the groundwork as far as what he's feeling like, what, and everything else. But, of course, I messed this up on Tuesday. That was on me. I played the wrong one in the first at bat. We fixed it after that, though.
Of course. The 1-0 goes right across Broadway for strike 1. You know, walk-up songs are an interesting thing, too. You know, I think about last night when we were doing the game for the Kitchener Panthers. You know, Quincy Jones on the mound for the Brantford Red Sox. What do? Some Austin Powers.
You got it.
Why not?
You got to play for it. The same as Ethan Hunt for the Jackfish. It'd be a crime if he doesn't come out to Mission Impossible theme.
And you got a chuckle out of it, too.
Yeah.
The 1-2 downstairs, a 2-2 count.
And I like that acquisition by the Red Sox with Jones. I think
I do, too.
He's going to fit in nicely in that team, and who knows? He hopefully sticks around and he'll make a name for himself.
Absolutely. He went 5 innings last night, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 6 strikeouts as Cleveland Brownlee drops it over and over to first. They'll get him. The big man tried to leg it out, but they got him just a step ahead of time as we head to the 8th inning. It remains 3-0 Welland here at Labatt Memorial Park. Stay with us. You're watching Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch them all.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Both pitchers have absolutely been dealing here tonight. Alberto Guerrero, 79 pitches in, 9 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts for the league leader, Owen Boone.
He's going to face 4, 5, 6 in the Jackfish order. James Smybert to lead things off.
Not a easy task, to say the very least, that one goes upstairs for ball 1. Boone, 74 strikeouts coming into tonight, as you mentioned, Neil, leading the IBL in that category. Yuki Narita of Guelph, second place with 65 Ks, as that one goes inside for ball 2.
That's another guy that ate up a lot of innings for the Royals this season, Narita, and he pitched well against the Hamilton Cardinals last Sunday. I was luckily enough to see Narita. That was the first time I saw the Royals all season.
Should mention, there's only two others that are in 50K territory here this season, as that one catches the inside of the plate for strike 1. Frank Garces of the Barry Bay Cats, 54 strikeouts to just 3 walks all year.
If you get the walk against Frank Garces, you better go buy a lottery ticket.
Yes, you can say that again. That one goes upstairs.
Because you, my friend, just got a golden ticket.
I got a golden ticket. Logan Walters of the Hamilton Cardinals, 50 Ks to 19 walks.
Walters, of course, has been hurt a little bit as well for the Cardinals, but he's supposed to be back soon.
As we get the delivery for the 3-1 swing, and that one's going to be popped up. It's playable. Battelle eyeing it up, and he makes the catch. 1 away here in the 8th.
Great job by Dan Battelle to track that one down in foul territories and just get his feet planted safely.
Steven Moretto now the batter. 2 for 3, I believe.
2 for 3, yes. Pair of singles and reached on an error in the 4th. And he has an RBI as well. Definitely a candidate for Player of the Month for sure. I think he's got a couple home runs. He's got a grand slam here as well. So he's got 3 home runs this month.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Of course, broadcasters don't have a say in that. The teams do, as far as that team's general managers and everything else. Player of the Month, Player of the Week voting and everything else. So who knows? Maybe we need to.
Hey, we get the year-end all-star teams. Maybe we should do a year-end broadcasters awards.
Maybe we should.
An MVP, pitcher of the year. That one crosses Broadway for strike 2. I mean, you're the one running everything for the all-stars.
Yep.
Might as well add in those awards.
Might as well.
Maybe we can add in a special award that the GMs and everybody else does not give up.
Yep.
And give in.
Who knows? We know some people make them twist some arms, and who knows?
Maybe an unsung hero of the year.
I like that one too.
That one just underneath the knees.
Or even if the broadcasters were to recognize somebody like we did last year from their own team as their unsung hero for the team.
Yeah, and then we, as broadcasters, vote amongst those.
Yep.
Still a 3-0 game. Welland over London here in the top of the 8th. All the scoring taking place early. Swing, and he got a piece of it. Does Moretto. 2 runs back in the first for the Jackfish. They stormed out to an early 2-0 lead. They got another one on the board in the 3rd. But since then, again, these 2 pitchers have just been going pitch for pitch.
Another classic night of baseball here on a Friday night. That's for sure.
Boone sets up the delivery. The 1-2. And just underneath the knees again.
Olio unable to hold on to that one. If he was probably able to hold on when he might have been able to convince the plate umpire to give him that call. Hey, I said his name right.
You did. Congratulations.
It's only taken me 3 weeks.
That's okay. I've been saying your name wrong for 2 years.
That's okay.
Owen Boone.
I'm more shocked when people get it right than if they get it wrong.
That one's going to be popped in behind the Game Day London press box here. Or did it? No.
No.
Just stayed. It hit the lip.
And stayed up and then rolled back down.
Just barely.
Yep.
So it remains a 2-2 count. Pitch number 7 of this at-bat upcoming. Steven Moretto doing battle against one of the best. The 2-2 just missed.
Moretto had to take a second look back there to make sure he didn't get strike 3 called. That was the extra bounce there, too. Maybe pleading his case. Don't call that a strike.
Of course, as we get into the later stages of this game, this is really, where you kind of know the strike zone a little bit more. Justin Snively trying to establish the strike zone early in his calls.
He definitely has been.
The 3-2 swing, and that's going to be popped up. It's playable down the first base line, and just missing that was Eduardo De Olio. He was trying to get the underhand catch there down the line, but just missed it. I think he actually got a piece of it before it dropped in front of him.
I think he was trying to catch it and avoid Kane McGee, who's charging at him at the same play here, and nobody was acting as a traffic cop.
Maybe we need Dalton Pompey.
Maybe. Can you imagine getting pulled over by Dalton Pompey, though?
That would be interesting.
Well, somebody actually tweeted at me, say, is it wrong to hope to get pulled over and ask for an autograph? I was like, oh, I'm not going to answer that.
Moretto still in the batter's box. Here's pitch number 9 coming up as Boone will step off.
I'm sorry, Officer Pompey. I was going over the speed limit deliberately because I knew it was your shift. I knew exactly where you patrol. Can I have your autograph, please?
I have this baseball that I got.
Yeah, you know.
The delivery from Boone. Swing and a miss. Strikeout again by Owen Boone. He is dealing. That is number 11.
Of course, I think the reply back I liked the most was that Somebody tweeted back to the Hamilton Police Services slow pitch team just got their leadoff batter, and they had an autographed picture of Dalton Pompey's rookie baseball card from Topps.
Imagine the Hamilton Fire versus Hamilton Police baseball matchups.
The odds have been stacked against that for fire department now. Unless they can bring in a ringer like Sean Riley or something, but he works for Toronto.
Check swing, and they're going to appeal down to third. They're going to say he went around as Hogan Brown for strike one. Of course, up north, I have a number of police officers that played in the NHL, so I've gotten to be on the ice against some of those former players. Even got to take part in an NHL alumni game myself.
Todd Bertuzzi has a scar on my leg thanks to him and you remember those road hockey balls that used to freeze the orange things?
Oh, yes.
He winged one on a tennis court when we were playing, just and he decided, "Do you mind if I shoot it around for you guys?" And he shot one off my kneecap. I was just like, "Oh man, that thing hurt for weeks."
Oh, it's okay. I face planted trying to take a pass from Rick Vive.
Oh.
I had Tiger Williams on my line, too. He could have gotten to it, but he left it to me thinking, hey, he's going to get this one. Check swing again for strike number 2.
Of course, I worked the NHL old-timer. I guess the Leafs veteran old-timers came into the Griffin Center earlier this winter. Bruce Barker was the announcer. I was doing the music, and I got to meet some of those guys, Vive, Tiger Williams. Those guys were just so great to be with. Gary Lehman was on there, too, and I was just like, oh, my goodness, these are the guys I grew up watching.
Absolutely. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Make it a dozen for Owen Boone. He is a dealin' here on a Friday night. It remains 3-0 Welland here as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Owen Boone has gone into full shutdown mode. He's retired the last 6 in a row here, the last 7. My mistake here. Of the Jackfish.
By your count, it's actually 8.
8, jeez. 6 strikeouts in this last little bit, too.
Just unbelievable work. As mentioned, 2 runs in the first by Welland. They add another one in the third, and since then it's just been, by every sense of the word, a pitcher's duel between Alberto Guerrero and Owen Boone. The fans are getting their money's worth and then some by sticking around after all that rain.
Of course, we got the lineup so late tonight. When you and I saw the lineup cards, we got kind of giddy, a little excited because we got ourselves a pitching duel.
Hey, good things come to those who wait.
Exactly. Of course, Guerrero will be facing 7, 8, 9 in the majors order here. McGee, Graham, and Daniel Battelle.
Owen Boone, 124 pitches.
I think he's done.
I think so.
Anything else is just going to be adding insult to injury or a risk of injury here as well. So
Braden Farrington had told me that he might be coming into this game. You know what I told him?
Yep.
What game don't you pitch?
He's pitched a few when I've been here, that's for sure.
16 appearances for Braden Farrington this season. He leads the London Majors in that category. And, I mean, I'm still sporting his brother's hockey jersey here tonight. And I think we might actually be getting Lund, perhaps.
Jared Lund, of course, is junior call up from St. Thomas. Pitched really well for these majors throughout the year, especially in pressure situations.
Yes, he has. 2 starts. He's made 7 appearances this season. They're going to have to follow up Owen Boone.
Well, I do see Lund's blonde hair down there, so that's possible.
Flowing locks.
Yep.
You know, there was a thing that I did in hockey up in the north a bunch of years ago. A lot of players had the Yager hair going.
Yep.
Some of them had just the half mullets going. So I did a poll, who's got the best flow in the league.
Well, I know the majors have done that as far.
Logan Farrington's teammate actually ended up in the finals of that poll.
Of course, I know the majors have got the questions of the day sometimes on their social media as well. Hamilton Cardinals do it as well with the.
And it's all about fan interaction, and we've been seeing the social media accounts for a number of teams in this league do it a lot more. You know, the fan interaction is always great, and it does drive a lot of these fans into the stands here.
Oh, exactly, because they just feel like they're closer to these guys. They can relate to some of these guys as well.
Yeah, a working man's league, you might see some of these guys just doing their day job out and about in the community. And then they become superstars once they put on the jerseys and start swinging the bat or flinging the baseball.
Which reminds me, I got to bring something for Cleveland to sign on Tuesday, just in case. Not saying it's his last hurrah or anything like that. We've had the jokes. We're on retirement speech number 3 already with him. So I'm not writing anything else till you actually.
Is he Brett Favring it?
Yeah.
The 1-2 is going to be fouled off by McGee.
He is such a nice guy.
He is.
Like he saw us in the parking lot today. Remember my fiance's name and everything else. And how was the drive up from Guelph and everything else? It was just like great, and he introduced his son.
Watch out for his son, though.
Oh, his son is going to be – I'm going to have to get his son to sign something,
He's going to be a future IBL or maybe into higher levels.
Yeah, well, exactly. The way he swings that bat right now, my goodness. I wish I had his talent when I was at that age.
Agreed. I stuck with soccer. I didn't go too far, but I did okay. As McGee steps out of the batter's box here. Brownlee, of course, 13th IBL season, joined in 2010. Passed off a lot of knowledge to these London Majors players over the years.
He definitely has.
Here's the 1-2. Outside for ball 2. Should mention the weekend schedule one more time for you. The London Majors are in Barrie tomorrow night, a 4:05 first pitch against the Baycats at Vintage Throne Stadium before traveling up the 401 again at Jack Couch Parking Kitchener Sunday pre-evening, 5:15. That one's well outside and away from the glove.
I see what you did there.
Yes, I did.
I see it. I recognize
And
that.
it's all about establishing something.
Yep.
It's pre-evening.
The producer's just looking at us, rolling his eyes, going, what are you two monkeys talking about?
Hey, when Webster's Dictionary comes calling and says that pre-evening is going to be an official word, you'll thank me.
That's true. Then I'll ask for an autograph.
Thank you. Here's the 3-2 to McGee. Checks the swing, got a piece of it.
Mark's response was, lady, that word put my kids through college.
I mean, that's the goal.
Yep.
Start doing speeches, saying how do you make up a new word and get it. It's all about consistency.
Hey, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson got jabroni put in the dictionary, even though it was the Iron Shriek that came up with it originally.
It was.
It's possible, folks.
The late, great Iron Sheik who left us earlier this year. As Kane McGee steps out of the box. Great era of wrestling.
Yep.
The golden era, as they say. Some argue it started in '82. Others say it happened after Hogan beat the Iron Sheik. The 3-2 check swing, and he gets the walk. Appeal over to first says, no sirree, McGee did not go around.
Guerrero pleading his case, asking where that pitch was and how it missed. We're going to have a pinch runner going in here.
Yes, we will.
For Kane McGee, number 38 will come in to pinch run.
And it looks like it's going to be Bowman coming in to
Charles
pinch
Bowman,
run.
the junior call-up.
Charles Bowman. For Kane McGee, if you are scoring at home. As I write that down in my scorebook as well. My beautiful Bob Carpenter scorebook.
My Bob Carpenter sitting over there in the bag going, why aren't you using me? I
Oh,
don't got that many hands.
And that one's going to be hit into left center. Is it going to drop? Yes, it does. All the way to the fence it goes. Circling around third is Bowman. He's going to come home. The Majors will get on the board as Bowman slides in an RBI single for Brett Graham.
Graham with the double, actually, as the throw came in.
The double, my apologies.
He was going full tilt all the way there. He wasn't on the throw home. Give him the double and the RBI, and the Majors break the shutout now.
3-1 is your score here in the bottom of the 8th. We ain't done by a long shot, folks.
There's a mound visit here, just probably reminding the defense what they got to do here, giving Alberto Guerrero a little extra breather here, too, to see what's going on. We do have activity down there. 35 warming up down in the bullpen for the Jackfish.
87 pitches for Alberto Guerrero tonight. Must have a little bit more in the tank here. First bit of adversity faced by these Welland Jackfish here this evening in a low-scoring contest, as there's some energy here at Labatt Memorial Park.
Of course, the Majors have been so close in a couple innings here, but just unfortunately fell victim to the double plays to kill the rallies. They finally broke through here, and definitely looking, you can feel the momentum in the ballpark kind of shifting their way the longer Owen Boone went into this contest.
The Jackfish retired 7 of their previous 8 batters coming into the 8th inning. McGee walks, Bowman comes in to pinch run. Brett Graham knocks him in.
So we'll have a new first baseman for sure next half inning. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we go to the 9th inning.
Dan Battelle inside the left-handed batter's box here for the 3rd time tonight. The third baseman up in the count here, 1-0 with a runner in scoring position. Graham really making Guerrero think, as that one's going to be fouled off.
Tell a little behind that one as Guerrero found that extra gear here and gassed one here at the plate. I'm guessing that sounded a lot louder than the 92-93 we've been seeing most of the night. I think I would say that was 95-96.
Bringing the heat. That is for sure. The former Miami Marlins prospect.
We don't have the radar gun down here, unfortunately.
We should get one of those.
We'll add it to the list of budgets we'll have to get for various ballparks, yes.
Exactly. We got a Christmas list, folks. Check it twice as that one hits the inside of the plate. As Justin Snively says, that clipped for strike 2.
Battelle trying to plead his case on that pitch, but to no avail.
Fans start to get loud here at Labatt Memorial Park. We are live here in the bottom of the 8th. The deal. Check swing. That one's going to go over the head. Runner will advance to 3rd. Runners on the corners here in the 8th.
Great job of hitting there by Dan Battelle. He got enough of that one and just put it over the head of James Smibert. Smibert backpedaled the best he could, but couldn't come up with it. And now runners at 1st and 3rd.
Runners at 1st and 3rd. Nobody out here in the 8th. It's a 3-1 ball game. As we're getting confirmation, indeed, that is going to be called a single. The shortstop, James Smibert, backpedaling on that last play. It goes just over his head. And this is the guy you want at the dish in this situation.
Byron Reichstein, of course, got put in the leadoff spot earlier this week, and it's definitely paid off in spades so far for the Majors, and they're looking for another big knock here.
The go-ahead run suddenly at the dish. Reichstein checks his swing, and they appeal.
Not go around on that pitch.
No, he did not. A 1-0 count here. Reichstein 0 for 3 in this ball game. Looking to provide some more energy into this ballpark.
Top of the Majors order, the top 3 batters, a collective 1 for 9 on the night.
Reichstein holds off for ball 2. Alberto Guerrero trying to clip the outside corner on that one. Guerrero settling in here. He deals. Reichstein holds off again, but it goes across Broadway. 2-1 count here on the big right fielder.
Guerrero steps off the mound to collect his thoughts. Grips the baseball a little tighter here. Looks in for the sign.
94 pitches for Mr. Guerrero. Number 95 is going to be swung on and missed by Reichstein for strike 2.
He took something off that one, and Reichstein was thinking higher zone there, and then something dropped out in the last minute, and Reichstein swung over top of it.
Yeah, it's all about working the speeds. It's not just throwing your fastballs, your curveballs, your sliders. It's adjusting your speeds and really getting the batters off kilter. As Jared Lund is warming up in the bullpen here for the London Majors. Swing, and that one's going to go a long way, but on the other side of the foul pole to right.
A little foot race going down underneath the tree down the right field line here. People looking for the souvenirs. Baseballs ain't cheap.
No, they ain't. No, they ain't. That's why some teams tell you, hey, return it, we'll give you something for it.
Oh, exactly. Whereas Rawlings has been the official baseball of the IBL for many, many, many years, the ROM model.
The 2-2 chopper down the first base line. Guerrero can't handle it. One run comes in to score, and that's going to be an E1.
E1, that's for sure.
3-2 is your score with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Actually, the run came in. There's runners at first and second now.
Oh, yes, indeed. That is the third base coach that's actually over at third.
Don't get confused. He's not standing over there. He's just standing over to make sure nobody tried to run past him there.
Facts.
Unfortunately, Reichstein will get denied the RBI on that play. But he reaches on the E1. And we got a one-run ball game.
So we're going to go to a quick break. New pitcher coming into the ball game here for the Welland Jackfish. It's 3-2 here in the bottom of the eighth. This is Majors TV.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Get started at Planet Fitness today through the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
Schoenfeld's up and Davey Martinez on the hill. Their closer.
And welcome back to Majors TV. Beautiful Labatt Memorial Park, the backdrop here on a great baseball game. Thank you for joining us here on a Friday night. Mark Pare, Neil Srivastava with you. A new pitcher into the ball game here for the Welland Jackfish. Alberto Guerrero's night is over, and we have a 3-2 ball game with runners on first and second.
The Dreadlocks don't give it away. The last name definitely does. Davey Martinez on the hill for the Welland Jackfish, looking to put out the flames here. The Majors bats have definitely come alive here in the eighth inning.
Set to face Jordan Schulafand, Starling Joseph, and Tommy Reyes Cruz.
2-3-4 in the Majors order now as Byron Reichstein reached on an error and allowed another run to come home. Runners now at first and second with still nobody away here.
And, of course, that is actually Davey Mendez.
Yep.
I think you were saying Davey Guerrero.
Well, I think I said, sorry, apologies. Davey Mendez. I'm looking at the bottom there.
All good. Davey Mendez, his 16th appearance of the season, has yet to give up a run all season long.
Keith Candell took over as a pinch runner at first base for Byron Reichstein.
Mendez delivers and trying to bunt that one down the third base line with Schulafand. So that was Keith Candell.
The pinch run, yes, for Byron Reichstein. You'll probably see some infield changes here.
A bunch of changes incoming. Of course, Charles Bowman came in for Kane McGee to pinch run earlier on in this inning.
So somebody else will go in the right field. Candell will be out of the ballgame after the half inning likely.
Patel over at second. Candell at first. The delivery down the third base line. A runner's going to go to third. Over to first. They'll get one. But two runners now in scoring position here for the Majors.
Give Schoenfeld the sacrifice. 5-3 goes to put out. There's one away. Runners at second and third as the Majors have got the go-ahead run now, standing at second base, the tying run at third.
And that is a big out if you're the Welland Jackfish to try and quell the tide of the home side. And a lot of London Majors fans getting loud here with Starling Joseph approaching the dish. And a guy that's absolutely thirsty for a hit. Struck out 3 times to Alberto Guerrero earlier on tonight.
He's just glad Guerrero's out of this ball game, but unfortunately now it's Mendez, so I'm not sure if he's so happy anymore.
You go from one Grim Reaper to another.
Yep. Well, if Castadio was the Reaper, what is Mendez then?
That's a good question.
The bill collector, the tax, I don't know.
The tax man?
The tax man?
That one's upstairs for ball one.
Maybe he's a $1 million man and everybody has to pay the price.
That's right. Davey Mendez, of course, pitched in 3 major league systems in Tampa, Pittsburgh, and San Diego. Made 11 appearances in 2022. Absolutely lethal. 20 innings pitched this season. Swing and a miss by Starling Joseph.
Joseph tried to put that one into the Thames River.
And you look at it, too. Davey Mendez, 35 strikeouts to 2 walks. So it's not just that he's getting the Welland Jackfish over the finish line. You know, he's doing it with a lot of Ks, and he's not putting a lot of base runners on, though he is in a bit of a jam here. The 1-1 swing, and Joseph gets another piece.
Starling Joseph doing his best to keep this one going here as the infield's in here. You know the throw's going home.
It's actually the first time Mendez comes in against the London Majors this year.
If there's anything such as an automatic closer, he's pretty much the dictionary definition of it.
You can say that again, partner. Mendez gets set. And here comes the 1-2. And tried to curve that one in, but just missed.
Too late. Joseph had to take a look back at the umpire just to make sure he wasn't going to get rung up on that one. A sideways glance, perhaps.
A low-scoring ball game, a pitcher's duel here at Labatt Memorial Park. Thank you for joining us here on Majors TV. Mark Pare and Neil Srivastava with you. Filling in for Dylan Baker and Noah Smith. Great to be inside this historic ballpark. Mendez gets the sign. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Joseph just smashed the bat in half on that swing.
4 strikeouts for Starling Joseph tonight. He did not have a good outing.
He did not.
And that'll bring up Tommy Reyes-Cruz, who was struck out twice to Guerrero tonight. So again, just the final line on Alberto Guerrero. 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Not a bad day in the office for Mr. Guerrero. Reyes-Cruz will foul that one into the seats, and look out. Some fans had to brace for cover there. Of course, Cruz did single back in the 2nd inning.
He did, and he got erased, and unfortunately, a double play by Brownlee.
That he did. It
was a great stop by James Smybert in that inning.
Mendez taking his time. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to hit the mask of the home plate umpire, Justin Snively. He's going to have to take a breath here.
Martinez goes over with him just to make sure he's okay, and he's still upright.
And that is, again, it's not an easy job there.
No, it's not. We all can't be Jeff Rose and just take it like it's the guy, Billy Madison trying to train for hockey training camp. I got to find that clip from the Hamilton game where he took one off the mask, like he didn't even flinch. He had him square on the mask. He just kind of looked off to the side like, you got to be kidding me.
This is great to see. Snively looks like he's going to be all right and stay in the game. Of course, Roop getting in an extra word, just checking in on him.
Yep. Probably just making sure you know where you are, right?
Hey, when you spend your summers together, whether you're players, whether you're managers, coaches, umpires, everybody out on that field, you see each other a lot. I mean, it's a camaraderie. It's a brotherhood.
It is.
And you really get to know players on all different teams. Of course, you move around to different teams too. And yeah, we're just going to take an extra second here.
Oh, somebody's fired up the fireplace somewhere.
Yeah, you can smell that. Yeah, we had the barbecue, of course, here at Labatt Park, just in behind the stands.
The third base side, it wafts over about the third inning, and you just get you can hear the stomach growls.
That's right. The 0-2 is going to be chopped down the third base line, trying to leg it out over to first. He's safe. We have a tie game.
Mendez can't believe it. He's beside himself. And the Majors have rallied to tie the ball game on the infield single by Tommy Reyes-Cruz.
Tommy Reyes-Cruz legs it out to get the infield single. That is the first run given up by Davy Mendez all season long. We have a 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th, and there's still 2 away with runners on the corners. Dan Battelle comes in to score. Keith Candell moves over to third.
First and third with 2 away here. We got another mound visit. Probably just to calm down his pitcher and just bring the infield in here to probably just remind him in the situation here. Hey guys, we're not throwing it down the middle here. If they try to break for second base, just give them the base. We'll go across the diamond and get the out.
Eduardo De Olio is the one due up here. 0 for 3 in this ball game.
But he's hit some baseballs pretty hard here.
Yes, he has. Has flown out to center field twice, flew out to left field in the 5th. Again, Welland scored 2 in the first, another one in the third. They've been up 3-0 throughout the vast majority of this ball game, but the London Majors have clawed their way back. 3 runs in this inning to make it 3-all.
The Majors can somehow take the lead here. Owen Boone would stand to get the win. But mind you, he's still technically in the ballgame. He's still the pitcher of record right now, too. So
again, 124 pitches. I think Jared Lund's coming in to this ball game.
I would think so, but you never know.
He's getting some extended bullpen attention here as well, as that one's going to go downstairs for ball 1. As the London Majors rally here in the 8th.
Be interesting to see how Mendez deals with some adversity for the first time in probably a long time.
Again, as mentioned, 16th appearance. That's the first run he's given up all year. On the 1-0 to Eduardo De Olio is going to go across for strike 1.
I'm reminded of the scene from Rocky IV when Rocky finally got Drago to bleed. He's human after all.
Hey, Neil, I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah. Come on, Rock, get up.
Come on, Rock. It's a heavyweight tilt between these two teams tonight. Again, mind you, London is 8-18 this season, but they're the defending champions. They have some pieces from those championship years with them. They know how to rally in this ballpark. And that one's going to be set up high into left center field, but Brown is going to get underneath it to make the catch. But 3 runs on the board for the London Majors. What was once 3-0 is now 3-all as we head to the 9th. What a ball game here at Labatt Memorial Park. Stay with us. This is Majors TV.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for only $15 a month.
Planet Fitness is a proud partner of your London Majors.
You're watching.
Here's the pitch. Joseph drills it to right center field. That ball's going back to the warning track, to the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Starling Joseph, a 2-run home run.
London Majors Baseball on MajorsTV.
And welcome back inside Labatt Memorial Park here in London. What a game for you here on Majors TV. It is 3-all Majors and the Welland Jackfish. Mark Pare, Neil Srivastava with you here. Again, it was 3-0 Welland after 3 innings of play, but the London Majors, just like our friend Dylan is doing at the Field of Dreams, the London Majors be a dreamin' in the 8th, and they've dreamed up a 3 spot to tie this game.
They rally back against really definitely some stacked odds against their favor here. With Guerrero and Davey Mendez on the hill, but somehow found a way to break through here and got a 3 spot in the home half of the 8th inning. Jared Lund now takes over for Owen Boone on the hill in a 3-3 tie.
Lund making his 8th appearance of the season. 19 innings pitched. He has a 3-1 record to his credit this year. 18 strikeouts to 14 walks. And he will take on the bottom of the order here for the Welland Jackfish as we start things up here in the top of the 9th. Again, what a ball game.
Noel Williams takes over at first base. And Will Pollard is now in right field for the Majors.
Again, some defensive substitutions as that one goes well inside, riding in on Caleb Fewerstake for ball 1.
Fewerstake 1 for 3 in the contest with a single and a pair of strikeouts.
Actually, I believe that's a pinch hitter, number 9.
I don't have the lineup card in front of me, but give me 1 second.
So Fewerstake is number 1. Number 9, if we can get the...
Ethan Hunt.
It is Ethan Hunt. Okay. The count is 2-1 here on Ethan Hunt.
Dang it, now I got the Mission Impossible themes running through my head.
Of course it would. And swings on that one, strike 2.
Which reminds me,
that was actually ball 3.
That was our plan to go watch that sometime next week as well in IMAX.
So Ethan Hunt, a hitter's count here, a 3-1 count. And that's going to be popped up. DeOlio looking for it and drops just in front of him there.
I think he lost in the lights or just was trying to make sure he didn't run into the wall or back there. Now we got a full count.
So again, Ethan Hunt pinch hitting for Caleb Fewerstake here in the 9th inning. Hunt batting .254 this season, 17 for 67. 6 extra base hits, including 2 homers. Here's the 3-2 from Lund. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Great job by Lund there to get a very dangerous hitter in Ethan Hunt.
As we go back to Owen Boone, who started this game for the London Majors. 8 innings of work for Mr. Boone. 8 hits, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, and a dozen strikeouts. 12 on the board for Owen Boone. What a night, what a job for him. And there's strikeout number 13 by the Majors pitching staff. And that one's going to go down under the knees for McCoy Pierce for ball 1. And hits the strike zone that time. Similar position of that baseball for Lund. Gets part of the plate this time.
Lund's still a junior, part of the St. Thomas Tomcats as well this season.
And that was going to be knocked over to short. Getting it on the hop is Reyes Cruz over to first in time.
Played up the first base umpire with the delayed call there, but still got the out.
Hey, it's all about getting it right. Might take an extra second, but as long as you get it right, nobody's going to bat an eyelash.
Got to bring up Tyler Dupuis now, the second baseman. He's reached base on a fielder's choice, got hit by a pitch, and struck out swinging in the 6th.
Let's see what Dupuis can do here against Jared Lund.
Majors love the walk-offs on Friday nights. Lund ball goes way wide here. That slipped out of his hand.
Yes, indeed it did, partner.
I think he's definitely just having a little chuckle on the mound about that one.
It's like, it's okay, there's nobody on base.
Yeah,
no big deal.
It wasn't anywhere near anybody.
Exactly.
Didn't hit a mascot, so
yep,
it's okay. It's not
we're
Bull
all
Durham.
Dupuis, the St. Catharines native, as mentioned before, cut by the Quebec Capitals at the end of training camp in 2022. Didn't play during the pandemic, so that one's going to miss for ball 2. Of course, he'll spend time working in construction, majored in golf management at Methodist University, as that one's going to hit the strike zone for strike 1. Imagine that, golf management. Imagine running a golf course one day.
Yeah, well, he's definitely going to be in the right business. He's going to be definitely a high demand for those throughout the summertime, too. I guess you can set your own hours, too.
Yes, you can. The 2-1, and that one's going to be sent out of play.
Can you imagine building your own golf course, though?
I mean, I do that on The Sims, but not in real life.
No.
A friend of mine actually took golf management. I don't actually think it was golf management, but he takes care of golf courses. Actually went to University of Guelph.
Yep, the Turfcraft Institute,
Yep.
probably. Yep. Great field. That was, of course, they were working with the Rogers people about the Rogers Center, but I guess they couldn't.
And there's strike 3 to end the top half of the 9th.
Couldn't get, like we were mentioning, well, finish my thought, they couldn't get the grass to grow in a dome stadium, unfortunately, so that's why the Rogers folks have changed the dome and the architecture once again. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th inning now.
Will the grass be greener on the other side for the London Majors? Down 3-0. They tied the game in the 8th. Davy Mendez will come back to the hill here. And now that he doesn't have runners on base, a fresh inning here for Davy Mendez. It is a completely different story for him. A little bit less pressure, a little bit less adversity for him to run. And you credit the London Majors in the 8th. You know, taking advantage of a situation where, you know, playing small ball, not having to worry about knocking it 400 feet across the fence.
Took a page out of the Welland Jackfish's playbook here, really, and just small balled it.
So Davy Mendez comes back in for another inning of work. Cleveland Brownlee, Charles Bowman, Brett Graham due up for the London Majors, barring any kind of substitutions.
The sentimental fool in me would love to see Cleveland Brownlee take one swing of the bat and end this ballgame. For my own selfish reasons.
For your own selfish reasons.
Yep.
So Josh Williams is actually warming up. So he might actually be coming in here for Cleveland Brownlee to start the inning.
Oh, it was a thought.
It was a thought.
That would have made one heck of a story-make ending.
It really would.
Ethan Hunt does stay in the ball game for the Jackfish and takes over in right field. I'm going to make that change right now so Point Streak stops yelling at me.
Point Streak yells at you now, too? I don't want to learn it.
You don't want to learn.
Oh, no, I don't.
He goes, yeah, you're missing a right fielder. See, there's the error. You don't have a right fielder.
No, you do not.
We'll go put a right fielder in right now.
Well, we got a batter coming up here. This indeed will be Josh Williams. Pinch hitting for Cleveland Brownlee.
Williams with that leg brace reminds me so much of Kirk Gibson.
Looking to send the London Majors into that good night on this Friday night. Williams batting .250 this season. This is the 7th game he has gotten into this year. 5 for 20 on the year. And he holds off, but good throw there from Davy Mendez for strike 1. Upstairs. Of course, Williams, former member of the Welland Jackfish.
A little sweet revenge against the former team.
Yeah, started the year with them, in fact. Takes for strike 2. Of course, played 2 seasons with the London Majors, also played with Evansville of the Frontier League. Suffered a season-ending injury back in 2021 against Kitchener, and then started the year again, as mentioned, against with Welland. Swing and dropped ball by the catcher, and they'll get the strike him out, throw him out here to start the 9th.
And Noah Williams will come to the bat here. Took over at first base for Kane McGee to start the 9th inning.
the big man. Of course, Charles Bowman initially came in to pinch run in the 8th for Kane McGee. See what Noah Williams can do here against Davy Mendez. Watches that one go across Broadway for strike 1. Mendez waits for the sign. The delivery. Knocked down the third base line. Foul. Just missing the photographer in the process.
Hopefully the camera's okay.
I think so. Not like my phone last night.
No, your phone, I thought for sure we was a goner. So it flipped out of the press box at Jackfish Park and into the grandstand, and we were kind of like dumbfounded.
Didn't crack the screen. I had broken the screen a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Got it replaced. First thing in my mind was, not again.
Not again.
Not again. Again, a 3-3 game, bottom 9. Williams swings at that one. Got a piece of it, though.
Just goes to the lengths to show you the lengths we go to bring the broadcast in some ballparks.
Yep. Some of us, we have a lot of equipment. I enjoy the hospitality that I came into here at Labatt Memorial Park. Cameras everywhere, screens everywhere. Unbelievable setup. Definitely impressed. The 0-2 swing and a miss. He got him.
Williams goes down on strikes for out number 2. Brett Graham will come to the plate here.
Or will it be? Is that number 11 heading to the dish? I think it might be.
It definitely is.
So Brett Graham, who has singled and doubled in this ball game, has to take on the lethal Davy Mendez with 2 away. And there's strike 1.
Graham doubled his last time up. He's also got a single and an RBI. And now a run scored.
What's going to be interesting, too, is to see if this goes into extras, how much length Davy Mendez is going to get on the mound. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Of course, Welland will host Toronto tomorrow at 6:05. That's fully in the evening, not the pre-evening that we've been telling you about. But after that, they get a few days off, meeting Kitchener next Wednesday, August 2nd at Jackfish Park.
So Mendez probably will go this inning, maybe start the 10th if we have to go that far, but...
The 0-2 is going to go high and deep into right field, and that is going to be caught in right field. We're going to extras here at Labatt Memorial Park on a Friday night. It's 3-all, Welland and London. We'll be back. You are watching Majors TV.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of Majors TV.
You're watching London Majors Baseball.
London Majors Baseball. London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
Welcome back to Majors TV. We are live at Labatt Memorial Park on a Friday night inside the Game Day London press box. Extra innings upcoming here in London. Meantime, we've got games elsewhere in the IBL. Neil Srivastava.
Barry Baycats all over the Brantford Red Sox, 13-0 in the top of the 9th inning. And, of course, it's the final in from Burning Arbor Stadium in Hamilton. The Kitchener Panthers winning again 8-4 over the Cardinals.
Kitchener now on a 3-game winning streak. them and Barrie are going again toe-to-toe for second and third place in the IBL. Barrie looks like they're going to advance to 19-10 on the year. Kitchener, meantime, picking up win number 20 on this regular season.
Great to see the Panthers doing such a great job, as the Baycats as well. Two teams that, you and I have definitely picked in going and definitely making some improvements this year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Kitchener alone, the Cuban imports that they picked up. Raul Gonzalez has been, an MVP candidate all season long. You just pick up Yadian Martinez. Yamichel Perez, of course, has been a stout starting pitcher in that rotation all season long. Christian Hauck is probably having his best season as a Panther. Yep. Going down the line, squaring up to bunt there was Mateo Porcelato.
Noah Williams trying to creep down the line there. Please don't hit it.
He was pretty much at home plate by the time that ball was delivered.
I was worried it was going to get batted behind him here.
So Tyler Dupuis is the ghost runner on second base.
Ball one count.
Mateo Porcelato, 1 for 4 in this ball game. Jared Lund still on the hill with those blonde locks. The delivery just missing outside.
2-0.
So it's a 2-0 count here.
Jackfish 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. London Majors 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors to this point. As the international tiebreaker rule is now in effect, or I guess we want to call it the 10th inning extra runner rule.
I mean, Major League Baseball's adopted it. We can say it's North American. Scoring down the bunt again is Porcelato. Tried to send it down the third base line, but it goes foul. Add 1 to the strike count.
I remember when they brought this in, when the Pan Am games are going on in Ajax. I absolutely hated this rule.
Yes.
Now I've kind of grown to like it as the scorer in me goes, wow, we actually get to go home faster.
I mean, gone are the days, really, where you're seeing those 19-inning games.
Yeah, well, that's what exactly it's supposed to eliminate.
Absolutely. Lund checks a couple of the runners there. The 2-1 dropped down right in front of the plate. And they're going to throw over to first. They'll get the runner. But Tyler Dupuis does advance to third. They kept an eye on him there, though.
They definitely did. Sacrifice bunt down the line. 2-3 goes the putout. And move the runner to third base with 1 away.
We've seen that a lot tonight. Both teams playing a lot of small ball. That's the third sack bunt tonight by the Welland Jackfish.
A little reminder going out there from Ruiz with Lund. Hey, the infield's still in here, so if it's hit to you. Oh, they're now calling the infield in here and the whole team.
Oh, no, this might be a pitching change, perhaps. Braden Farrington is warming up in the bullpen. Although this might just be a conversation. We'll have to see.
I think it's maybe a question here. Hey, do you feel comfortable pitching to these guys, or do you want to face somebody else here?
It's Gio Morello, Carlos Martinez, and James Smybert due up. The heart of the order for the Welland Jackfish. Home plate umpire Justin Snively now coming in to check in on this conversation.
Conversation over. Looks like Lund's going to stay out here. He was just, okay, what do you want to do here? Do you want to load the bases up and have forces at every base, or do you want to just go after the batter here and remind the infield, hey, you got to stay on the edge of the grass here and knock it down and throw home?
Yeah, this is the conversation to have. Yeah, all 4 infielders in on the grass. 1 away. Gio Morello has struck out twice in this ball game. He was also one of the 3 players to drop down a sack bunt. That was in the 3rd inning, which led to the 3-0 run for the Welland Jackfish as he takes downstairs. And it's very much a mental game here tonight between these two teams. Very low scoring.
Or as my grandpa used to say, it was an old-fashioned blinking contest.
Absolutely. Who's going to blink first? Outside for ball 2.
I was never good at those.
No, me neither. They always say if you eat your carrots, you'd be better at it.
Well, it turns out I'm allergic to carrots, so I'm not
Well, that's not going to help.
It's not going to help. I start cutting them for the kids, and my hands turn like lobster red, so I don't dare ingest them.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah.
Lund, the 2-0. That one's going to be knocked just foul down the third base line.
Moreno definitely took a good hack at that one, trying to drive it through the infield here or over the head of the infielders.
And Morello, the Toronto native, 27th game of the year for him. A regular in this lineup. Batting .267 coming into tonight. The 2-1 is going to be fouled off.
Lund not afraid to bring it in on their hands here, that's for sure. Moreno did his best just to get a piece of that one to foul it away.
And this is a good job by Lund. You know, down 2-0, is able to work his way to 2 strikes.
This is definitely one of those kids with ice water running through his veins. He doesn't show any emotion out there, doesn't let anything rattle him too much. Definitely thrives under pressure.
Pressure-filled situation here. Here's the 2-2. And that just missed on the outside corner.
Moreno watched that one all the way into the catcher's glove just in case it was called for strike 3.
Dupuis is on third as the ghost runner. Or the phantom runner, as some like to say.
Yep.
Phantom, ghost, they're all the same.
Courtesy runner, I don't know what they want to call it anymore.
There's a name for it. Here's the 3-2. That one's going to be popped up.
Williams gives chase to it.
It's playable, and the catch is made.
Good job by Noah Williams to run that one back in the infield to keep the runner at third base as he makes the catch in foul territory. And two away here now.
That's a big out with a runner on third base if you're the London Majors.
Of course, you're getting in very dangerous territory in this Jackfish lineup. But mind you, there's not really any safe territory either in this lineup. But
it is a deep, deep lineup, whether it's whoever's in the lineup right now or even the guys on the bench.
I think you could probably put this team against probably the top teams in the Frontier League and it'd be one heck of a ball game.
Say that again. Very good lineup. It's the reason why they're 24-6 on the year. First pitch delivered to Carlos Martinez goes inside. Top of the 10th here at Labatt Memorial Park. The delivery down the line, just foul. And it looks like we got some activity in the Welland Jackfish bullpen.
36, or is it? I'm trying to see. I can't see the number down there.
So number 22
Chris Boato.
is Chris Boato. He's the one warming up in the bullpen right now for the Welland Jackfish. Not surprising. Davey Mendez did 2 innings. You want to try and limit his arm going into some big matchups as that one goes into the dirt.
Especially when you have Toronto coming into town tomorrow night. And that Leaf Jackfish rivalry is definitely up there in intensity.
Absolutely. The hitting of the Toronto Maple Leafs, you can't count them out. Again, they might be in 5th place in the IBL standings, but it is tight.
It always is in the middle of that pack.
It really is. Hamilton and Toronto pretty much equal records, 15-14. Although Hamilton did lose, so they go up to they drop to 500. The 2-1 just missed.
Of course, the Cardinals already bettering last year's record of 12 wins on the season, so still have an outside chance to break the franchise record of 22.
Anything else is just gravy at this point for them. Though they did get a series win against Guelph last postseason. That went into the dirt as well, and they're going to walk Carlos Martinez.
That was the intentional walk. It was definitely very clear to how they were very careful to pitch Martinez.
But very important here to mention, it is 2 guys out right now, but it is James Smybert coming up to the dish.
You definitely can't discount that one. Smybert 1 for 4 in the contest. A double run scored in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third, grounded out 3-1 to the pitcher in the 5th, and popped out to the third baseman in the 8th inning here.
Now the question is, you don't want to try to just walk intentionally James Smybert with how hot he's been all season. But you look down, Steven Moretto has a better line to him here this evening.
Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't walk Smybert yet in this situation, to try to get Smybert to get a ground ball or a fly ball out here and get out of this one.
Yeah, that's all they need. Runners on the corners here in the 10th. Jared Lund looks over at first. The delivery outside. And Lund has been missing the strike zone a little bit here.
I think he doesn't want to get anything over the heart of the plate here, so when he's trying to live on the outside, everything is definitely missing a lot further outside than he intended.
Braden Farrington no longer warming up in the bullpen. Seems like he's ready to go when Roop calls on him. If they need him. That one's going to go across Broadway for strike number 1. Against Smybert. 50 hits coming into today. Tops in the IBL in that category. A 400 average. Second only to Matt Fabian of Brantford.
And Gus Wilson's right there too.
Yes, indeed. Gus Wilson is having himself a year as well.
Homered last night. We didn't think the ball was going to get out of the yard, but it did.
No, it fooled us in the broadcast booth. Here's the 1-1. Down into the dirt. Good job there by Eduardo De Olio. He's had to do that a couple of times where he's been able to keep the ball in front of him. And imagine how many runs that's been saving the London Majors here tonight.
Quite a few, that's for sure.
So it's a 2-1 count. The fans start to get loud here at Labatt Memorial Park. Thank you for joining us. We are live in the Game Day London press box. Jared Lund looks over at first. Chopped down the line, just foul.
And we'll do it again at 2-2.
2-2, 2 outs, 3-3 here in the 10th. Can the London Majors get themselves out of a jam? Lund gets the sign. Down to second base. A grounder over to first. They got him. They strand the runners. And we're going to the bottom of the 10th with the London Majors and the Welland Jackfish still tied at 3.
Jackfish at the top of the 10th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men were left on base. Now it's time for the London Majors to try with the extra runner.
And we'll see who comes up here. Again, Dan Battelle due up to hit first. It'll be Brett Graham as the ghost runner here in the bottom half of the inning. As again, we thank you for joining us. You see it on the screen there, a 3-3 game. And we do have a new pitcher into the ball game. That is Chris Bowato.
Setting up the runners here for everybody.
And, of course, color commentator / official scorekeeper for tonight's game.
That's me.
Yes, indeed.
I wear many hats in this league in many different ballparks.
Yes, indeed you do. One of the hardest working guys in this league.
Well, I just love being a part of this league, and I try to help out wherever I can.
It's the way to do it, my friend. We'll see what happens here. The lefty on the mound here. London, as mentioned, down 3-0 after the third inning. Welland scoring twice in the first, once in the third. But then they came roaring back in the 8th. Alberto Guerrero came out of the game. Davey Mendez giving up his first run of the season to tie the contest. The London Majors getting out of a jam in the top half of the 10th. A runner was on third base with just the 1 out.
If you're the Majors, you probably send Battelle up here to try to do the same thing that the Jackfish did, bunt him over to the third base and let the top of the order do the job.
Absolutely. There is a strategy to all this in extras as we take a look again You can give us a follow on social media. Keep up to date with all things London Majors at London Majors on the TikToks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, and the Threads.
I guess it's now the X's, actually, not the Twitters.
Well, it just updated on my phone today from Twitter to X. Threw me off. Wanted to send out a tweet earlier on today. Was looking for one of those, hey, you can send this out in this certain app.
Yeah.
You have it pop up on your phone. I looked, and where's Twitter? Oh, right, X.
I guess it hasn't updated on my phone yet.
Oh, it will.
Well,
it will.
I'm going to probably have to take the app off tonight to get some sleep anyway, so let's be set.
That's fair. Yeah, you've your Twitter account has been rather busy today.
If anybody sent me a tweet today, I apologize. I missed it because I've just been seeing nothing but a billion likes. I will get back in touch with you, honestly. I promise I will.
A busy man and a popular man. The London Majors send Dan Patel to the batter's box here. 4,635 likes on that photo today.
Jesus. Pardon my French. Sacre bleu. There, that's better.
Stepping off was Boato, looking over at second base.
Definitely going to see the bunt attempt here.
You can see the first baseman here.
Yeah, he's not that far down the line either.
Pierce into the grassy area. The delivery.
Push
down the third base line. They're going to get the runner at first. Just barely. No, he's safe. He dropped the ball. And he comes in to score. The Majors win. The drop ball at first took the attention away from the third. The player at third, that was Brett Graham. He circles the bases. The London Majors come back to win it 4-3 in extras.
Give him the sacrifice on the bunt attempt. He reaches base on the error. And the run comes home.
What a game. What a victory. London improves to 9-18 on the year. The 10-game winning streak for the Welland Jackfish is broken here on a Friday night.
That's an unfortunate way to lose the ball game if you're London and Majors. These are the nights you build off of.
And again, you have to go back to that play at first. It looked like an academic play. The bunt down the third base line, throw over to first. It looked like he was in the base, was the first baseman, Pierce. There was a bit of contact as they crossed the plate, but Pierce didn't have his full glove on the ball.
No, exactly.
So again, a final here at Labatt Memorial Park. What a game and what a victory for the London Majors. Again, down 3-0 after the third inning. That rally in the eighth, huge for the London Majors to get back into this one. Alberto Guerrero looked like he was shutting down everything on the hill. Owen Boone, of course, did his job on the hill for the London Majors this evening.
Oh, Owen Boone was outstanding tonight. He gave the Majors the start they needed here. They got him through the eighth inning, and they rewarded his loyalty and his dedication tonight.
Absolutely. 8 strong innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts. Jared Lund, meantime, comes in. He pitches 2 strong innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And then the Welland Jackfish, again, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the London Majors tonight. Alberto Guerrero going 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. Davey Mendez coming in, 2 innings pitched, gives up the hit. He actually doesn't get the run against him, in fact. So still no runs against Davey Mendez all season long. 3 strikeouts, though. But Chris Boato comes into this one here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. And a bunt down the line by Dan Patel allows Brett Graham to come all the way around to third base from second as the ghost runner. And the shenanigans over at first base distracted everybody in the ballpark and allowed Brett Graham to say, hey, what about me? I'm just standing here.
Yeah, I'm just going to slide it at home.
Why not? Once again, the final, 4-3 Majors. The Majors back in action tomorrow afternoon at 4:05 in Barrie against the Baycats. The Welland Jackfish host Toronto tomorrow night. 6:05 first pitch. For Neil Srivastava, for everybody putting us on the air here on Majors TV, my name is Mark Pare, saying so long and good night from